Hello, everybody. Welcome back to SOS episode 24. Ooh, I have left the noise on. I can hear myself echoing. Okay, there we go. Welcome back, SOS. It's episode 24 and the long-awaited return of one of our favorite people, one of our best friends, and one of our favorite characters, Maggie playing Emmy, if you cannot tell from the cosplay. Welcome back, Maggie. It is
No, this is just what I look like all the time.
this is when you get home from work and that's just your relaxing clothes.
Yeah, this is what I wear when I'm chilling on a Saturday.
and that's creepy as hell.
Hashtag Molly life.
Come play with me, Mathis.
No, I'm good.
Fun.
I don't need to. You have plenty of friends in Chicago that we'll be getting to today. Yeah, welcome back, Maggie. It's been a few months since you've been on. We've all been, our first week back was last week, so we're all really eager to kind of get back to it. But before we do, as always, we've got a bunch of stuff we have to shill to your face. So if you guys enjoy the content we make, if you enjoy SOS, if you want to watch the VODs right away, if you're on Twitch often, just subscribe to the channel. You're going to get emotes, you're going to get access to the VODs immediately, and you can support the show directly. It lets us pay guest, cast, all that good stuff. Get art, which Tracy rather teased that something was coming last week. So we've got some magic art that she's got in the works, which I'm excited to see. All that stuff. Yeah, that's all because of you guys. So we appreciate that. And if you just want to support all of our works, including Pod by Night and all the other shows associated with it, like Desperate Measures and Crack Crown and all that stuff, you can do that over at patreon.com/pod by night, where you get access to a couple of secret rooms on our Discord, which the Discord is totally free for everybody to join. A few rewards like after shows, audio and video at 2 separate tiers, and a bunch of other fun stuff like participating in a community game if that's something you're interested in doing. If you don't have the money to support us in that way, just spread the word. Listen to the show. That's all we really need. If you're listening to us via any sort of podcast in any way, like leaving us a rating, dropping us a like on YouTube, because even if you can't watch these or grab a subscription, these videos are up for free over at a partner's Roll For It, which Maggie is a part of, which you can go watch usually a few days later over at youtube.com/roll for it. That's the number 4 it. And all of our SOS stuff is up there. Season 1 and season 2. If you need to go binge those for the 7th time, go ahead. And all of season 3 is making its way up there as well, as we are in the back half of season 3, the final season. Everything's coming to a rapid close. We're in the back half. It's crazy to me that it's still there. I don't know how I'm going to handle ending this story after so many years.
We're going to cry. There will be tears.
Oh God, there will be tears.
I mean, there's like a 50% chance of exactly.
There already happened. Can you imagine what the end? I don't know. Maybe should we even broadcast the end live? It could get emotional, y'all.
Just keep it to ourselves.
The tremor of the world.
Am I missing? Yeah, if I'm missing anything, you guys can head over to our Twitter. Basically, there's a link tree there that'll lead to everything that we do, everywhere that we do it. And like I said earlier, if you're not part of the Discord, you should be. It's totally free to join. We're like climbing toward 1,000 members. It'd be really super cool to just have that many people just talking about our shows. And yeah, we're all in there to some varying degree, whether we lurk or whether we participate. The only one not in there, I think, is like Mark, but that's because he's like analog man. He doesn't have like Discord. He just
his
uses
whole
his computer
life actually requires a Radio Shack.
He's a kid IRL. He doesn't use technology.
Yeah, he doesn't actually. He doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for the sub bomb there, Void Soldier. I appreciate it.
So many subs today. Thanks everybody. We love that.
Thanks guys, appreciate it.
Yeah, on that, I'm actually going to close chat. So if Saito bar fills or whatever,
we'll make sure
to
holler at you. Yeah. You know, that seems like a good place for you to take it in, Mathis.
of last week anyway. And just for those who are like, oh God, Saito bar, I don't want to fuck with the story. All the Saito bar does is make certain elements of the story maybe before it's a little earlier than initially planned. That's all. All right, is that everything? Are we good? Am I missing anything? I feel like I'm missing something, but maybe I'm not. No, cool. All right. Well, we ended off on quite the cliffhanger last week. So with that, let's set the scene, ring things in, and see what our coterie is up to. We sit just behind Ava's shoulder, maybe 6 inches away, as we watch her hand reach forward and place itself upon the door handle as she plans to leave. However, as last week, when her hand touches the handle, like a dollhouse coming apart, the walls separate from the floor and the ceiling, jetting outward. The fall collapses underneath your feet, yet you don't move. and the ceiling flies upward into an abyss sky. The only thing held in front of you is a door. What's awareness, Ava? You were leaving Lights Out Pub, if I remember correctly.
Oh, we were at the theater actually.
Theater.
Rose.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was you were doing one or the other. I should open the game. I'm looking at like, where's the I mean, if I opened up Roll20, I could look at them.
I got 2 successes.
Excellent. Thank you. Give me 1 second here. Let me just have this open. With 2 successes, it's bizarre. Your surroundings are utterly silent. There is no noise. Even your own movements create not a single sound. It's as though something sits over you to blanket and muffle any audio you would hear. However, as what's the word I'm looking for? As muffled or as muted as it may be, you swear you hear or pick up light sounds of a voice, maybe 2, coming from the other side of the door your hand rests upon. Now, mind you, all of this happens within a second. The walls fly away, your hand touching the handle and hearing a conversation on the other door just for a brief moment before it stops. You look around you in those moments, and that's when the wit's awareness is made. There's a difference here. You don't feel like you're drowning. There's no feeling of falling into an empty pit below like every time you've felt this similar, or rather seen such similar things. There's no looming before you. There's no feeling of dread hanging over you like a weighted blanket. What I need is one more wit's awareness, however. Ooh, 3 successes.
3 successes.
As always, you're welcome to spend a willpower and reroll 2 of those, but 3 is pretty damn good.
I'll stick with the 3.
With the 3, it's difficult to tell, not because it's not there for you to see. It's impossible to, with the disappearance of, physical reality around you. It's the feeling, the disconnected feeling. You don't think you have your shadow with you in this moment.
Shit.
As there's that realization, with your hand gently rested upon the handle, where were Dakota and Ollie? Were you behind her? Were you guys staying in the theater, or did you leave first?
Rose wanted an alone conversation with the 2 of us. So
I think we just walked back upstairs, right?
Yeah.
You just walked back up the stairs, yeah? And you were about to head back upstairs to join them because you had your conversation with her. Yeah. Okay, so it's as you touch that. So Dakota and Ollie, my question to you then is, what is it? Are you guys just kind of having a light conversation, just like hanging out up top waiting for Ava? Is there
did they go behind like a closed door? Because I'm definitely eavesdropping.
You went down to the basement where the cell was.
Okay, I want to stay close enough to eavesdrop.
So you go to eavesdrop? Sure.
I actually would probably say to Dakota,
bitches.
I can get in there.
Oh yeah, you can.
I think I should.
I mean, like 6 hours ago, we were going to kill Rose, and now we have saved her, and now she was a private word with Ava? Yeah, please, would you like me to open the door for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I open the door for invisible Ollie and try to stay out of the way.
Strength brawl, please. As you try to open the door.
Oh, is it locked? Wait,
not necessarily locked.
Interesting. Well, I go to swing it open gingerly.
So as you go to swing it open, you grab it and you pull. It gives like a half an inch before it kind of like, you realize you need to put effort to pull this thing. It feels not locked, stuck.
Oh. I look at Ollie. I don't think they want us in there.
Can I try?
Yeah. Are you putting effort in? Or are you just trying to open the door?
I just don't want her to know we're listening.
Dakota didn't strength brawl it. She just kind of tried to open the door.
If
you would do the same thing and like pull on it.
Is there a way that I can like gingerly strength brawl this thing?
I mean, that would be a dex brawl if you want to be ginger about it, I would say.
Okay, sure. I'll give it a shot. It's not as good as my strength, but we'll run it. I got 4 successes.
Okay.
Would you like to roll 3? You can even re-roll 3 of those if you'd like. Your call. 4 is a high number, and this is putting effort in. So it's not like this is a normal you attempting to open the door. I just offer because it's there.
I think Ollie would. I don't know. You know what? I think he would be satisfied with his basic attempt. If it's not going to open, then there's some more hoodoo at
Right.
at,
Then we'll
here.
make a new plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a quick roll here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you have way more dice than I do. Not terrible, but not enough to beat you. There is that first. We'll see Ollie step forward as Dakota steps back briefly, and he kind of grabs the door handle. And we imagine maybe even Ollie gives it a normal tug as well to see if there is that stuck feature to it. And much like Dakota, it jiggles in the in the frame, and the handle is not locked itself, but there's something holding it shut. And so, with a little bit of effort, and again, as you described, gingerly, and I try to imagine how you do it gingerly. It's not like you put your foot up against the door frame and you're like, yeah. Is it like, yeah? How do you
It's
imagine?
probably just like bracing his right arm against the wall and then like coupling the handle up and then pulling with the weight of his body as opposed to the strength of his arm.
Okay, yeah. As you do so, it does begin to move from another half an inch to an inch, and it begins to feel like it's giving way. However, you realize that it's going to take another round of you being ginger with it for it to swing open fully.
Got it.
Give me another dex brawl check.
Sure. I'll give it a shot.
You having some performance issues?
I'm sure this has never happened before. 3 successes.
Yeah, that's still quite good. Are you re-rolling or sticking with?
I'll stick with it.
Okay. Another, we'll say, because in World of Darkness around is 3 seconds. So that first 3 seconds of just a hard pull, followed by realizing it's going to take a little bit more effort. And so bracing your arm up again for a second time and getting ready to pull, you watch as Ollie's own muscles actually flex quite a bit to get this to open up. But as you do, it feels like dragging a concrete slab tied to this door with how slow it opens. But as you do open it, Dakota would see it as well. As it opens, you see a hand attached to the door, and slowly being dragged along with it would be Ava's kind of motionless body, almost as though it's moving like a statue as her eyes are utterly black.
See,
her hand is tightly grasped onto the door.
This is why
tightly grasp it, like SpongeBob would recommend.
This is why we open the door. What the fuck do we do? Where's Rose?
Last you know, she was in the cell.
Oh,
you
that's
go
right.
by...
No. You're right. We're waiting on to get confirmation before we let her ass free. Okay.
So I see Ava's face.
You see her whole body.
Her whole body.
Her hand. It's like her hand is locked on the door
Connected to the
handle.
door,
And
basically.
as you're
Paperweight.
opening the door, she's like a paperweight to the door, where she's just like motionlessly gripped onto this thing in such a fucking tight way.
You know what? At least
She
she's
doesn't
not
weigh.
moved.
She doesn't weigh as much as the resistance is being provided by her body right now. That much is very obvious. You see, she's in a vision. I mean, she's.
Oh yeah,
she's,
this Ollie would not like this even for a second. There's no more ginger about it. It's aggression. We woke up and chose aggression today.
So you swing the door open with pure force from here
Yeah.
on out. All right, give me a strength brawl.
There's a difference between a conversation and then what this is. It's a fucking horror scene, man. 5 successes.
That's great. So, describe to our listeners and our viewers the change in tactic from going from dex brawl to strength brawl. Are you straight up just arm off and you're just like laying a fist through the door? What exactly is it?
It's probably like anchoring the arm, and then instead of using my forearm against the frame, it's hand and foot against the wall and shoving with my entire body.
Absolutely. And as you pull there, Dakota, are you just like watching out of curiosity? I mean, again, this is all within the matter of 9 seconds, maybe 15
So yeah,
seconds at
Dakota's
most.
learned to not get in the way when she's not needed, and watching Ollie struggle with this door is slightly humorous. But then when she sees, like you said, the horror scene on the other side, now she's there to support.
And so with another hard yank and a rather high strength brawl check, you hear the creaking and cracking of wood in that split second before the wood around the handle shatters. It's not that the wood of the door itself fucking falls away or explodes in any way, but you pull so hard and she has such a tight grip that the only thing that fully comes loose is the door handle itself as the wood around it kind of splinters and fractures away. On Ava's side of things, as you hold the door handle, in a simultaneous moment as Ollie pulls the handle away and it does come loose from the door, you, Ava, watch the wooden fragments of the door explode in glorious fashion. They whip little shards of wood in all manner of directions. Large pieces almost move by in slow motion. But the door itself is utterly detached and destroyed. The handle you hold, however, still sits heavily in your hand. You even look beyond to where the door was, and you see nothing. But there's a solidness to the door handle still, as though it is still attached to something. That didn't come loose.
Am I able to like walk through?
Do you let go? What is it? Explain to me what Ava is doing in this moment. Again, this all happens to Ava. The walls falling away, the door like bursting within a 15-second or so period.
Still holding on to this handle, I guess. I maintain the grip on it, honestly.
Sure.
I keep holding it and I just kind of push through, I guess, if I can.
Like you're opening the door?
Yeah, as if I'm doing the motion still with it in my hand. And I just go forward.
Ollie, resolve composure check.
I'm about to walk through you, Ollie. Get ready.
Okay. All right.
You best watch out.
It's not the worst roll for me. I got two.
You may, as always, spend a willpower and reroll 3 of those.
Damn you, Mathis. Yeah, I will.
I offer you every time.
I know. 3 successes.
3 successes. You feel it before it does any permanent damage. A burning sensation. You have a choice. You can let go, or you can take 1 aggravated damage and not let go.
What am I feeling it from?
The handle, the door handle that you're holding as well.
I will let go. I'm definitely gonna if it's hot. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
no,
gonna
you
let go
feel
there.
it coming on almost rapidly. A burning sensation that is beyond anything that is a fire. Again, aggravated damage, more or less. So you let go in that moment. Nothing happens to you in that moment.
Gotta
And-
shake the hand. That ain't right.
Okay.
Glances to Dakota. That's hot. That is hot.
The door?
The handle. That is.
Is she still upright?
Yep, she's still standing.
Okay, hanging onto this door. Okay.
As Dakota even maybe registers that she's still standing there. Ava, as we flash back, and it's almost like we blur pan over to you, but everything falls away when we do. You stand there and you turn the handle and push it forward like you're opening the door, and it actually feels as though it responds in kind. It does feel like there's a resistance and a bit of an effort needed to open this non-door now in front of you. But as you do so, and you take a step forward, Dakota and Ollie, you watch as her body collapses onto the ground.
Can I catch her before she hits the ground?
Absolutely. Yeah. Give me a dex.
Athletics?
Yeah, dex athletics. That's the word I was looking for. I was like acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let her fall. It's like letting a fainting woman just.
Yeah, of
deal
course.
with
You're right
herself.
there. You're obviously on high alert. She's your
Oh, a
friend.
bestial failure.
But you still
Shit.
rolled a success as well.
I did roll 1 success, but
Do you want
Does
to
bestial failure look like just like RKO on the way down?
Yeah, literally. She's like, I'll help you.
yeah.
Just brings her
Or
down.
like I go to catch her and at the last minute, I'm like, "Psych, jokes on you, fainting Ava." Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it's fine. I don't catch her. If I catch her or not, I got 1
I
success.
mean, with
and,
one
you know.
success, it's still a success, and it's considered easy. And I would consider in this moment, with how on alert you are, it would not be a hard thing for you to just kind of prepare for
I don't
something
want
to
her
happen.
to injure herself in a fall.
So as she's
basically,
collapsing, you quickly kind of able to scoop her and cradle her, lowering her much, much smoother, and catching her before she cracks her head on the ground.
Perfect. That's all Dakota wanted.
She sits in your arms, however, in her right hand, clutched is the door handle. Do you want to bring her anywhere? I guess I'm leaving in the air as what is the plan to do with her? Because you don't know how long this vision's going to last. You have no idea if this is going to be an all-night thing. You have no idea if this is going to be another 2-second thing.
Right.
There's no way to know. And Rose is downstairs as far as you know.
Yeah.
Because you guys set it up, right? Where there is, you said that last time.
We left
where there's
Rose
no shadows.
in the basement because the deal
Right.
is Rose has
Turn all the
to.
lights.
The deal was Rose has to tell the sandwich that Ava did what she was supposed to, and then we'll
Sure.
let her out of the cell. But that hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So,
right. Okay. But there's
I
no
will
light. I mean, there's no. You got rid of shadows as best you could down there.
Yeah.
'Cause she is La
we
Sombra,
turned,
and that
we
was
turned
something-
all the lights on, as many as
Yep.
possible.
Okay.
You know what? This is perfect. You know what, Mathis? Thank you for recalling that. I scoop up Ava's body, and I look at Ollie and I go, we should take her upstairs to the projection room. It's dark. She can stay there as long as she needs to. And we can get a whole bunch of lights and put them right in Rose's pretty fucking face.
Yeah. What do you want me to take her up there? Do you want me to find some lights? I don't know.
It's probably all upstairs in the projection room or whatever. So yeah, I'll just take Ava up and put her down. We
Easy
probably
enough.
have a cot or like a couch or something up there. We can lay her in boxes. I don't know.
And as you scoop her off the ground, there's no supernatural weight holding her down. It doesn't feel as though she's heavier in her hand or the hand is heavier dragging. She just has almost like a death grip on the thing. And as you walk her up the stairs, there's no issues, and you bring her into the projection room and are able to lie her down
Okay.
with ease.
Great. I gather up a bunch of Ollie, this is getting fucking weird.
Every time this happens,
I had shit to do.
I inch
tonight.
closer and closer to just. I wasn't joking about the staking thing. All right, I was this close. All right, what do? We can't pop her back out of this. We can't shine a light, check her eyes.
We could stake her right now.
You want me to do it?
No, I'm just saying. If she's in this trance, maybe it keeps her there. And if this is one of those Sybil things, Sybil will know. Part of what we're trying to do is not let Sybil know we might stake Ava, which if we do while she's in whatever oblivion nonsense she's deep down in.
While those thoughts are happening.
You know what we could do? We have a Rose technically in the basement. We could just ask her a few questions.
Yeah, but when is she ever honest with us?
Well, we're not usually as heavy-handed as we could be.
Okay, that I think that might mean some very different things. A kid from the train tracks versus a guy from the streets. Heavy-handed is generally a lot more like breaking arms and shit.
Yes.
So you're just gonna break her arms?
I was trying subtlety.
Okay, so breaking limbs ain't super subtle, but all right.
Look, if that's the best you can do when it comes to torturing someone for information, maybe you should learn something from the train kid, because limbs fix themselves.
Yeah, when you're us, it can fix itself overnight. But when you're alive, it can take months and sometimes may never recover right. So you're sure, we can play good. What's bad cop, because I don't think we're going to be
Ava's
very
a
good at
cop,
this.
But she's not here right now, and Rose will just have to deal with that. And I
Ava
pat
can't come to the door.
I pat Ava's head very gingerly, and brush the hair out of her face so she still looks pretty, laying upstairs in this projection room. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe after some conversation with Rose, we'll have a better idea whether or not staking Ava tonight is a good idea.
Yeah.
But I really think we should, Ava should want to be staked. But she has mentioned it a few times. And it's not like we're trying to kill her. We'll just bundle her up. I'll toss her in the lake, keep her safe.
Man, our whole relationship is kind of fucked. It's just.
What, mine and yours? Or
No, just like this whole, the coterie it's good days, bad days. Why does a good day got to feel like we're staking each other? That just seems, it seems kind of bad.
Look, if I was in Ava's situation, I would want at least one of you to stake me.
Yeah. Okay.
And we faced
well,
a lot worse than having to potentially stake each other.
can I be honest though? I don't think you put yourself in a situation like that. You are not like you're not you may lead to a lot of self-sacrifice, but you're not gonna put yourself in front of a moving fucking freight train either.
I might.
Oh boy.
Ollie, look at me. I might if it was to save you.
Oh, why'd you gotta go and do that? All right,
Because she's hanging onto a doorknob right now for Saito. All of this is because of him.
He fucked around and found out though. He's already dead.
Unfortunately, Ava still wants to fuck around too, and we either love her through her fucking around and finding out, or you bail. And you're just not the kind of dude that bails, Ollie.
I know. It just sometimes I wish I was.
Really? You want to be that guy?
Now sometimes I just wish things were just a little easier.
Well, when, the entire city's not ruled by an evil fucking shadow sandwich, we can.
Shadow sandwich. It sounds like gas station sushi. I hate this place.
I mean, it's about as classy as that.
Fine, let's go talk to Rose.
Wait, grab that light right there. And I pick up everything. Flashlights, fucking, anything that's a spotlight that we could use to pour light on her in this is what we're gonna do.
And as you're scooping up what lights you can, and where you're seeing kind of camera pull back and zoom out a little bit, we fade away and back into the darkness. Here, where the door handle is pushed forward and Ava takes her step beyond what would be a door frame. And in that step through, the abyss and the nothingness does vanish instantaneously. You look around and it's familiar, but you're not able to get your bearings too quickly before you hear hurried footsteps up a set of stairs directly in front of you. And as you look up them and the world around you slowly comes into view, nothing ever fully settles. Nothing becomes sharp and defined. Everything seems like it's sitting under a thick layer of water. It feels as though with enough effort you could push through any physical object you see here, just barely existing within your realm of vision and an acknowledgement, a reality that may not be even fully your own. And as you watch a figure run up these stairs, you hear the muffled footsteps. There's no doubt in your mind you see the back of Saito.
Oh God. Okay. I will follow the begin pushing my way through this
You hurry up the stairs and turn, but your footsteps, unlike his, make no noise. You certainly come down onto some solid ground, but it never makes any audio click under your high heels or any muffled steps. It is utterly silent. And the more you follow the steps and follow Saito up them, the more you realize anything you're doing here seems to be mute. The only sounds are coming from what you're seeing around you happen. Saito finishes making his way up the stairs and walks into a rather empty room before he looks up. Seems to be taking in the area around him before reaching into his front jacket pocket and pulling something familiar, his notebook. As he pops out his notebook in his left hand and quickly moves to a page that seems half empty and half filled with writing of undefinable and unreadable font from your perspective, Ava, he quickly starts jotting things down. It's hurried manner, and even if you were to get close, he snaps his notebook shut faster than you could gather what he was note-taking, and he stuffs it back into his jacket. As he takes one more gander around, he begins to backpedal slowly before he turns fully and makes his way out a front door. Now, in this moment, you can make me a wits awareness to see if you recognize the area you're in.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna willpower reroll because I really want to know.
You can do 3 different rerolls.
3
total. It's hard to realize and recognize at first, but there is a familiarity here. But to put your finger on exactly it you would have to make a decision. Spend a little bit more time here, or keep up with Saito as he makes his way out the front door. It's familiar, but 3 is not exactly enough to make a quick assumption as to where you are.
I'm gonna follow him.
And so with we even maybe see that on her face, the torn decision of get more information from where I'm at or follow Saito. She breaks towards Saito and hurriedly walks in his path to the door, walking out the door before the door itself closes on its own. And as you do, that abyss swallows you whole once again, and where you stand is nonsensical compared to where you came. You didn't step onto a street or a sidewalk where you could follow Saito more. Instead, you stepped into his apartment. You know it because you've been here plenty of times, though it's wits awareness, please, again, as you step in.
I just have a hotkey for wits awareness, I swear.
Wits
Oh,
awareness is, hey, nice roll. It's certainly his apartment, and it's certainly his apartment sometime in early season 2. For Ava's sake. She's been there on and off many a time over the years. And with where things are sitting, where as he plops down and how not messy his apartment is in this moment, how not lost to the chaos that he would become, indicates, I guess for you guys, about 4 years ago now.
Okay.
In game. You see and walk around, and it's initially there's nobody here but yourself. And unlike last time, it seems you were here first as the door to his apartment flies open. And this time, Saito, in his signature suit and his red gem with the tie going down into his green jacket, looks more haggard than he did mere moments ago from wherever you were. He quickly walks over to his desk, plops down, and much like before, reaches into his jacket pocket and spills the notebook outward. You see him scrawl over to a page that is utterly empty and not exactly, not the next page in line to be written on, but rather far into the journal. And again, be seeing how empty the journal is at this point, again, indicating another 4 years. But he writes something down very, very quickly before I need a resolve composure check from you.
Okay. And maybe also, I want to try to really hone in on the notebook and see if I can, because I've looked at his journal a lot, and I want to try to make a note of what page he's writing.
Absolutely.
Composure resolve. Oh, wow.
None. Zero successes.
Willpower reroll.
Yeah, you can absolutely willpower reroll 3 of those.
I'm gonna use all my willpower the first hour. Oh shit. Okay, I got 0.
Wow.
I got 0.
Oh, that's rough. A 7d10 die pool, and you all failures.
Oh,
that's an unfortunate. Well, I need you to make me a intelligence resolve check to try and remember where in the notebook this was.
Intelligence resolve. Oh, 1 sec. Intelligence resolve. Oh.
Hey, beautiful. You do an excellent job at trying to remember where in this notebook this page is. You watch him flip really far to the back. It's not the last page, but you have a general understanding as to where this was. And as you see him do so, maybe even you go to lean forward to get a closer look and reactively or instinctively go to place your hand onto Saito, whatever the case may be. As you're about to really try and get a closer look at this, you sink. Everything dissipates.
No.
But in this time, instead of being placed into a new area, everything dissipates as the sound of a movie playing in the background seems to swell slowly from underwater until eventually it reaches and above, and you can hear very clearly you're sitting, or laying rather, in the projection room of the theater.
No. I don't want to be woken up.
No, I maybe there's even Ava wakes up and she's like, no. Do you say anything? Does Ava shout no? Out of curiosity, as she wakes up and sees where she is.
Yeah, she might actually. She might yell out, no.
Dakota and Ollie, as you're halfway down the stairs with lights and flashlights down the stairs, you actually hear Ava going, no, damn it.
Fuck, she's already up. We can't torture Rose now.
All right.
Okay.
How did I get up here?
You probably hear her heels clacking on the lobby floor as she starts talking.
Did I
How did I get
sleepwalk?
up here?
No.
And you actually see The
Give it to
door
me, just
leading
see
downstairs,
Still
the
have-
handle of being freed, and both Ollie and Dakota like halfway down the stairs as they're clearly turning around and making their way back toward you.
Does she still have the handle?
Well, you woke up holding it. Whether you took it, I should have asked. You woke up holding the door handle.
Instinctively, it might still be in her hand.
Yeah, she's
still
probably
holding
walking
it.
around like, how did I get up here? What's happening?
Well,
I'll take the lights from Dakota and tell her to,
Yeah,
you know.
good.
You know, he's like,
Yes,
"Ah,
sir.
everything."
Rose a tan. So, yeah, we moved you because we were concerned. So I may or may not have attempted to eavesdrop, but we thought maybe if Ollie snuck in, it'd be less intrusive. And then we couldn't sneak in because the door was weighted by your body like a solid block of concrete. And then you were so heavy, your body weight and gravity broke the handle off the door.
She just drops the handle in frustration on the
Our
ground.
camera just follows it from your hand down as it clink, 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 clinks
Did you-
normally on the floor.
Did you get to speak with Her Royal Highness the Sandwich so we can, like...
No.
A reminder, you felt like the shadow wasn't even there.
Our Royal Highness wasn't there. It was just me and him.
Saito.
Yeah.
Fucking knew it. So now it's not just the sandwich calling you in for creepy things. Saito's just
He's
throwing you
clearly.
into scary trances where your eyes turn black.
I appreciate you and Ollie worrying about me every time it happens, but you don't have to. I come back. I always come back.
Yeah, until you don't.
This time I came back too early.
You think we take care of you because we're concerned you're not going to come back?
Why else would you told me? Just let me do my thing.
It's not about whether or not you're going to come back, Ava. I know you'll come back out of the trance. It's about how you come back. What happens to you while you're in it? We're your friends. I'm not going to just leave your body hanging on a door in a downstairs basement.
Suppose I appreciate it. Thanks.
This is going to be some really bizarre advice from me, but I think you need to talk to Grant. Why do I think you need to talk to Grant?
I have
Because
no
you're
idea.
fucking addicted to this
Okay.
stupid shit that you're doing.
You did say something that was going to surprise me today.
And
That was that.
Grant is a recovering addict. And every time you come back, you're deeper and deeper and worse every time. Now, you know what? You want to chase your dead shadow boyfriend, that's fine. But one time, it's going to get you fucking killed before you even see through what you want to see through. So why don't you talk to someone who struggled and ran down their own little white rabbit hole? This sucks. I'm fucking sick of this. And he throws down the lights. I'm so done
And you
with
hear
this.
tick, 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 as it goes all down the stairs, and you just hear Ava go. I mean, not Ava. You hear Rose go. Oh.
I pick up the lights.
Ollie walks off. He's frustrated as hell.
Ava rolls her eyes.
Oh my god. When did I become the fucking adult in the room?
Ava, do you do? Is there more? Do you, as Ollie walks out the front door, leaving you and Dakota? Do you say anything? Is there more that you say, or you?
I tell Dakota what happened.
Okay.
About the vision. I was in a room with a spiral staircase or a staircase, and Saito was going up it, and then he was in a room writing notes in his notebook. I need to find.
You have the
okay.
notebook. You
I
carry
have
it
the
on you at all
notebook.
times.
I do.
And maybe even instinctively, as and he was writing on the notebook, you
And
see
then
Ava's hand just kind of reach for it and pull it
You
from
carry
her
it
purse.
with you?
There's a reason Saito's always around the corner at any given time. She keeps one of his most personal possessions on her at all times.
Okay.
And so you start flipping through the book,
Yeah.
and you maybe even instinctively flip to the back of the book to the page that you believe
He wrote it.
had whatever he wrote. And as you look on the page, you sit confused. It's not important in any way. It doesn't look like, and in fact, the notes that are here are simply notes about the Underground Railroad, more or less. Just who he has, some notes of the people that he was running through, names that are familiar, that would have been around 4 or 5 years ago that you haven't seen since.
But it gives us okay.
And some provisions, how much blood bag he had left. Some really just kind of basic stuff The thing that actually I would just need, give me one more wits awareness, Ava, in this moment. Or something, yeah.
Oh, come on, dice. Just give me a good run.
I'm not looking for a ton of successes here, so.
All right, 2.
You can roll 3 of those. I don't know what your willpower's at, though. It's your call.
I got 2 more. Let's go, baby. I'm gonna roll.
Oh my
I need to
God.
know. I'm using it. All right,
Love
3
it.
successes.
3 successes? As you look at the notes and you're looking and you're like, well, maybe he was in a hurry to write. There's a moment where it clicks. You watched him scrawl down whatever he was scrawling down. It was in a hurry. And while you didn't know or couldn't see what it was said, you saw the manner in which it was written. However, what you're looking at on this page now is highly, like, calmly written down. It doesn't match what you saw him doing before. It's much too, like, I guess, neat. Neat is the word. I'm really neat and organized writing compared to the furious scrawling you saw him writing in your vision.
So
But we see Ava flip to the back to the page that she's, again, you rolled really well. So the page that Ava is pretty certain is the page she saw in the vision. As she looks, there's a moment where she maybe was even babbling about something, but she stops and she goes, Whereas you recognize the writing you're seeing here does not match the writing you saw him doing in the vision.
and
Does that
I'm
make sense? Am I being clear about that?
Yes,
Does that make
yes.
sense? Okay, cool.
Yes. Am I sure this is the page? Like, can I scroll, like, quickly jostle through some of the nearby
absolutely.
pages?
So maybe we see even Ava go, a few pages before it, a few pages after it, really looking to see.
That,
And
yeah.
nothing.
Ava, what
All
are
the
you
back of the
looking
notebook.
for?
The reason you haven't even been to the back of the notebook all that much is because it's all just like accountant and like boring numbers and stuff, where the majority of his furious thoughts and more recent revelations on Sybil and stuff were closer to the front, written over older notes of his.
This is the page he was writing in. I'm sure
yeah.
of it.
You see Ava do that. Maybe she even
Okay.
wordlessly. She flips to the back and she's like, no, this is it.
Why are you so...
Because
What are
this
you looking
page
for?
has nothing. It's about his Thin Blood Railroad. And like, this is, why would it show me this page? It's not the same, whatever he was writing. It's not the same handwriting. There's something about this page. Is it like written in like some secret blood magic or something? Like, do I have to like do a ritual to see what he wrote? Like, I don't understand.
Well, shit, neither do I. I don't know anything about blood magic.
Ugh.
You think he used, like, invisible ink, or...
Maybe, do you have a black light? Do you have a black light?
Do I have a black...
That's
on the boat? Yeah, I don't keep black lights on my person.
Do we have one? We don't have one at the theater, like to
We
like
could probably
look
get away
for.
with, like, a general, blue light or whatever, but...
Okay.
Take it. Stop. Ava, focus. Take a deep breath. We need to figure out if
please.
Saito keeps pulling you into these little oblivion tete-a-tetes, then it's like maybe he's trying to tell you something. Yes. Okay. So
Remember, he's told me things before that were big revelations for us.
right. Yeah. So I'm
Like
not
how the
denying it.
antediluvian is
So
the
what
abyss.
is he trying to tell you by showing him vigorously writing in a book on a page that now doesn't look like that page?
To be clear, there are no tear marks as though the page was ever torn. There are no removed pages that can be noticed anyway.
Like...
There's a secret. There's something here he's trying to tell me. There's a secret message.
On the page or in the metaphor of the situation?
I don't know.
All right,
Ain't Vision's
give me-
fun.
give me-
Ain't Vision's a good time
Give me
when you
that
just don't
fucking
know.
book. I said, give me that fucking book. And for the first time ever, I take this shitty journal.
Don't you do anything bad to it. I will.
You see your papa squatting shit all over it.
Yeah, I'm cover it up with sand afterwards. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I take it and I look at the page. Like, I really want to like look over the page. All right, Ava. If you were Saito, sneaky little magic motherfucker,
He was a Tremere.
Sneaky little magic motherfucker. That's the quote now for
Yeah.
Tremere.
What would he use or have used to hide information? It sounds like maybe he didn't want
A
anybody
ritual.
just picking up his books and being able to read the pages. I wouldn't. It's not very sneaky. What is sneaky is hiding a message. So I'm sure that you can go woo another Tremere and help you, decipher.
I could, but the issue is I don't want the Tremere knowing what's in this book.
Do you think
Ollie has connection to somebody who's practiced in blood magic? Well, you all have connection to her, but she is, the Witch of the Arts would be probably who you would have the easiest time.
She might be
that you know of that practices magic. I'm trying to think if there's
You're gonna have to
anybody
give her
else.
something. She's gonna take something from you. Are you prepared to lose something, Ava?
I'll think of something she can take.
She doesn't wear jewelry or heels, so.
All right, let's table this discussion for now.
Good. I think that's a great idea. I was thinking that you should go find Oliver Hopkins. And that you and he need to have a little sit down, little sister.
Do I need to apologize or something? Am I doing something wrong?
Did I say apologize? I'm not gonna force you to apologize. I'm just saying the two of you gotta work this shit out, figure this shit out, or we're never gonna make it to the end of this, and the sandwich is going to rise us into eternal darkness, you know what I'm saying? So I really need the two of you to, figure out the friction while I have a chat with Rose.
Oh. Fine. Fine.
So we see Dakota and Ava go their separate ways. Ollie, you went back to, I'm assuming, Lights Out Pub.
Ollie probably went back down the stairs, finished removing the remainder of the door, and is trying to find a replacement door.
We need a new door.
No
we needed a new stove at the bar. Now
most places are closed right now, but you can put it in order, easily done. So you're still in the movie theater then?
Yeah, he's, is acting as maintenance, as much maintenance as can be.
Sure. So Dakota and Ava, as you go kind of split up, you had Ollie's downstairs cleaning up the mess, pulling out the rest of the door frame, probably measuring and being like, oh, it's fucking gonna cost me, god damn it, or whatever. So and Rose is down there silently watching. What is it? Who goes? Does Ava just kind of go down and approach Ollie?
Wait, Ava, wait here.
Okay.
Just wait here. Hey, Ollie, let's trade jobs. I can fix a door.
There's nothing to fix. It'd be like putting together a 2,400 piece puzzle with no edges.
Why don't you go take a break? I'll set up the lights. You just go get some fresh air upstairs.
There's no fresh air upstairs.
There is out front on a nice walk you could maybe take with Ava.
How the fuck do I want to take a walk with Ava?
Because the two of you need to figure your shit out. Please. Just
Ava pulls out a little onesie wine bottle, one of those for one people, and starts unscrewing it.
Go eat a cheesecake, straight from the plate. Just take a second, and you and her sit down, and you say your piece, and she can say her piece. But there's got to be fucking peace, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
And you know what? I'm gonna sit right here and I'll play janitor for the night and keep Rose company. Till you're all done. And then you can come back and get me, because we got other shit to do.
All right.
Yeah, you go figure it out.
All right. He grabs his coat, his jacket, and I think he's going to head outside.
You walk up the stairs, each of eventually making your way to the lobby and walking by Ava, wordlessly or not. But Ava follows in tow as you both, like you said, make your way out the front door and outside. The walk begins in earnest with a large, loud car honking at Ava as she just steps out. Some drunken woman out there just starts whistling through the window at you as she rips by in her 2000 Subaru Legacy that's shaking on its frame.
You said that from experience, sir.
Oh, yes, I did. I had a 1986 Subaru Legacy, though, all right?
Ollie's not going to lead the conversation. He's just going
Yeah.
to kind of walk.
Maybe it's
Uh,
just silent for a little bit.
There's a bit of, they walk a couple of blocks, and it's like a silence as we walk, and Ava just kind of waits. Like some people walk by, she waits a minute, people walk by, so she waits for like a lull in the crowds of people. And once the two of them are just kind of walking, she speaks up and is just like, I know it's a problem, and I know what I'm doing is a lot of what you see in many of the people you try to help, and I'm not trying to take advantage of you and how much you've helped me and saved me and gotten me out of a lot of really rough spots. I do care about you, Ollie. I know since day one we have had a lot of ups and downs, more than me and Dakota, more than me and Zach, more than me and anybody, really.
And maybe as she says that, it percolates to your thoughts. At the very least, it's something that I imagine some listeners may think of. It's interesting to watch how two very distinct versions of their clans still brew the same distaste for each other in a different way. And distaste may be a bit of a strong word, but that similar opposed viewpoint causing the
disconnect.
tension. Disconnect is a good word. Yeah, thank you. Disconnect still bubbles forward, no matter how hard they try.
We haven't seen eye to eye, but that doesn't stop us from being family.
What do you hope to gain from doing what you're doing? Not this, but your visions.
Just hoping I'll learn more. I feel like I've had these visions forever, and they're coming more frequently now. And they've always been vague, and I don't always understand what they are, but I feel like now more than ever, I need to listen. And that's just what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to listen. And I know I skirt the line. I know I push it. But I've always been a person who pushes it because that's how I get the information. That's how things get done. It's not just sitting back and being safe. I've always pushed it a little bit.
I mean, we got to play loose and fast if we want to make moves. I get that firsthand. I want you to realize that it's not just a matter of getting answers for you. I think that is a very obvious and convenient truth that you're chasing a dead man. And it's a personal vested interest because of, I don't even want to say unrequited anymore. It's clear that you both had love for each other. Not mad at that. I know what it's like to lose people that you love. But I also know what it's like to suffer through harmful addiction. And you may not see it the same way. But you're harming yourself doing this. You're addicted to it. And it's harming others around you. So you can chase fast, play fast and loose all you like. But you're right, the people that care about you, they're worried for you. We're worried because we are going to go just as far to protect you. You realize that, right? That we're this close to walking into the sun so that we can make sure that you get another night with us.
Yeah. I get it. I'm sorry. You both have stuck your necks out a lot for me.
Likewise. I mean, you've been there for me. I'm just not trying to chase a bullet.
I know. It's just like he's told us important information before, and it is actually him. It's not. I know it's actually him.
I believe that. I hate to admit it, but I believe it. I wasn't seeing someone else's shadow in the labyrinth. That was him. And yeah, he has a message, something, whatever it might be. But you know, if it was that fucking important, he could have told us when he was alive. Saito was playing his own game. And he wasn't looking for help. And I don't want to proclaim to know when there was a manipulator around, but I've met a lot of Tremere, all right? And they all play their own game, and they manipulate a lot of people. And maybe there was love, but man, he's got a fucked up way of showing it. I just wish it wouldn't get you hurt anymore, because you are family. I wish it wouldn't get us hurt. And I grew up with that. I watched what that would do. I know what chasing that addiction does, not even just for a regular addict. My dad was addicted to kindred blood. And when he didn't get his fix, he shoved my mom out of a window. Now we're constantly jacked on this. It's running through us all the time. And we've got things that are pulling at us from all directions. And it's not just us. We're fighting each other, but it's not just us fighting each other. It's other kindred. It's lupine. It's hunters. It's always something that's trying to kick us around. And I get it. We're like the least favored, all right? We are not God's children. I get that. But, man, some days it doesn't have to be so fucking bad. That's why I put so much stock into the pub, because it's one place where I can forget my woes, even for a little bit, and sit down with people who probably hate me, but they can at least admire the burger that I make. They can put aside all of our disinterests and the things that upset us, and we can just eat. Because you know what? I don't hate them. I don't hate those hunters. I don't hate all those other kindred, with an exception of Rose. Fuck her. I don't like her, even a little bit. Hell, I don't even hate the lupine. I don't hate any of them. I don't hate the Harry Potters out there. I don't hate any of them. I don't want to see them die. I just don't want them to eat at my fucking table anymore. And here I am providing a place where they possibly can. But you know what? Money's money. Makes our world go round, even if it's not particularly what we need to survive anymore. But there's a lot of trust built at our table, and I've spent a lot of nights eating with you, next to you, shoulder to shoulder. And I trust the moves that you make, but I'm having a harder time trusting the moves that you make when you're chasing Saito. Because I don't trust Saito. He never gave me a reason to trust him. From the moment we met him, he tried pulling shit on us. That night with Zach, when it looked like Zach was trying to fuck around and mess with me, we were in that bathroom where I broke the stall and flooded the bathroom. And he thought he was going to go invisible on me like I couldn't do shit about it. I was this close to popping him. He's constantly played loose and fast on his own, and every time he gets caught. Look, he got caught. Saito died because he played too loose and too fast. Slow it down a little bit. We can respect the fact that we're kindred and we're going to be around for a while, right? And I know that she's trying to make a move. Big she, you know, gas station sushi, the sandwiches sell. She's trying to make a move. But she's got to get some things lined up still. And we're getting more information on her. Look, I love you, kid. Just don't die. All right? If you and Dakota die, I got nothing. I got nothing but a bunch of other bodies around me that are probably going to catch the same case. And I know it sounds weird because I have jewels and I've got pops. But it would break me if either of you died.
Ava just nods at that, and she like puts her arm like to lock into Ollie's as they walk, and I'll do my best then.
And on
So,
a
like-
lighter note, what do you think is going to happen to Grant if you die, okay? He'll actually kill himself. That man will straight Romeo himself.
Do you think that maybe I should just do a date with them?
I think you should.
Just to
but
get it over with?
realistically, because of your backgrounds, because of everything that you've done, I think you could both afford to learn a lot from each other.
Maybe I'll take your suggestion then and talk to him.
I think you would fulfill his entire bucket list if you went on a single date with him.
All right. I'll check my planner and see if I have an open night.
Besides, let's be real, right? If anyone can turn him of the three of us to actually make him a kindred, it's you. My blood ain't strong enough. Dakota's blood ain't strong enough. Would he be happy being a Toreador? I don't know a fucking single Toreador that's happy being a Toreador, with an exception to Banana Hammock himself.
Yeah.
Say his
I
name
might-
3 times, you might summon him.
And never met another Nas that's been absolutely a fit with life, with everything that's been afforded to them. We are considered the low clan, the sewer rats. Honestly, he'd probably be the happiest being a gangrel. And I wish Dakota could change him, but I don't think she can. They'd be really rolling the dice, you know?
Yeah, it would be. Well, maybe I'll try to get him suited up then to be a Toreador.
You know, maybe have a chat with that moon guy. Maybe. I don't know. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. Either way, shit's already happened. We can't unfuck our past, right?
Yeah. Guess not.
I gotta meet with Emmy soon, and I gotta see Jackson, and there's a series of stresses that are lined up, and I guess
Right. We have a lot that we have to do still.
just promise me you're not gonna chase that rabbit too often.
I won't. For you.
Okay, because he's not exactly going like he's not running away. He's gonna stick around, so
No.
especially as long as you have that fucking journal.
No, you're right. He's not. And sometimes I can't help it. So I guess I should just not try to force it and let it happen when it happens. We'll
By the
see.
way, I heard you were talking about that book.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that you don't know.
What don't I know?
I mean, from the book, there's some stuff that you're saying you don't know. You don't
Oh.
understand.
Yeah, the vision I had, he was writing on this one page, but the page doesn't have anything significant on it. It doesn't
heard-
match.
Heard Dakota bring up the witch.
Yeah, I was thinking about seeing if there was some blood magic tied to it or something. Maybe she could help.
She might help you, but Dakota was right. She's gonna take something, and it's never what you want to give.
Yeah, I have
Ever.
to think about what it is I would give her because I'm not even sure.
It's not some weird hoodoo like souls and demons and shit like that. It's gonna be something that is like a core of your identity. Like she tried to take my name.
Oh, it's one of those that weird like phase shit where they take like your ability to love or something like that, which she's not taking from me. So I don't know. I have to think about it.
I would be careful about the things that you say she can and can't take. You would be surprised.
Well, if you have any suggestions or if you think of anything, let me know because I'm fresh out of unique things to give up.
I got nothing. Besides, I never know what she wants until it's there. It's the one thing I learned. Pops told me when I was young. Ladies like surprises. They like gifts.
I like gifts.
Remember
Well-
Katie? I know that you guys have a trialed relationship, you and Katie.
Yeah. There's no mending that relationship, Ollie.
You know, every time I walk in there, she smiles at me because I bought her a box of Andy's mints.
Oh, how did you know she likes Andy's mints?
Because I listened to.
Well, I'm not looking to get to know the witch close enough and find out what her favorite chocolate is.
You're
Her
right.
favorite wine.
Not everybody's looking for friends, but some people are just looking for allies. Remember, we live in a scary world. Every other kindred's trying to pop us off, use our head as a stepping stool. It's nice to know that not everybody's trying to kill you.
Yeah, guess it kind of is. Well, it's not an urgent thing. I have time to sit on this and figure out what I want to do and figure out this book. So it's not like I'm going to make a trip over to her tomorrow. I'll think on it.
All right. Well, I don't know what it's going to be, but I got a meeting with Emmy soon, and that's going to be a weird one.
Yeah. Ready to bring Dakota to her? It's going to be a weird one.
Yeah. Yeah.
She gets to meet your grandmother.
Grandma Emmy. Still feeling weird.
Before I move forward, I know you're setting up in there and like setting lights up. Are you doing anything? Did you want to have any significant conversation with Rose, or is it just a night of making her uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable is just part of it. But I did actually want to try to get information.
Yeah.
So as I'm setting, as I'm setting the lights up, I'm just making small talk, right? And I think Dakota simply says, since the other two members of my coterie literally cannot look at you without wanting to kill you, I am the only person that can stand to be in a room with you. So you're stuck with me tonight.
She says nothing, but does look at you as you speak.
And now, I'm sorry, are these too bright? Oh.
She just shrugs her shoulders.
I learned something this evening. Your complexion's not as pretty in the light.
You see, like, that almost goads her to say something. There's a moment where she may look like her lips are pursing, her jaw clenches, but she holds back.
But you know what? I guess that doesn't really matter since you spend all your time in the shadows, right?
Is there a point to this incessant poking?
There is, because you see, I get this feeling that you have a small issue with the fact that Ava had a little thing with Saito. Because you had a little thing with Saito too, right?
She shrugs. It was certainly not anything I took personal, but it served business well at the time.
Right. Well, while you were doing your business with Saito,
he was quite the pillow talker.
I imagine.
Oh my frack. Okay, I'm
muting
myself.
Tracy's gonna have to leave. This is why Dakota knew Ava couldn't be around for this conversation. So tell me,
I'm muting.
As somebody that has a distinctive distaste for Saito, I was hoping you could tell me a little something. Ava's a little too bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when it comes to him, but I get the feeling that amongst your pillow talk, you might actually get to know the real Saito. Or maybe I'm just misjudging that.
She just shakes her head. What do you think I'm going to openly speak or tell you?
Well, I don't go into a conversation expecting anything out of you.
What do you have to offer me to offer up this information you're even looking for?
If you go into every conversation with the expectation of getting something out of the other end, you're not a very good conversationalist.
She just kind of just gently gestures to the cage. She's like, I have nothing to lose, so I have no reason to gain to
Well, I
share
have
the
nothing better to
information.
do this evening, I guess, than babysit you. So we can cut this short if I'm boring you, and you can simply reach out to her and let her know that Ava's done her job, and I can let you go. But until you fulfill that end of the deal, you're stuck. Just chit-chatting away the night with me, so let's have some pillow talk, huh? Tell me.
She gives you a polite smile when you say that, but go ahead.
Just between us girls. Did he really love Ava?
Again, you bring just a small smirk to her crimson red lips as she looks down to you, or looks rather, she's kind of the same height as you, actually. She looks over to you under her heavily shadowed eyes, and she just shakes her head. That's for me to keep to myself.
Okay, well, you know, keep your secrets. What do you know about Saito's journal?
So much curiosity about a man you hate.
Well, it doesn't do me much good to get to know my allies. It does me a lot more good to get to know my enemies.
He was a Tremere. I don't know what to tell you. They tend to keep lots of notes about lots of ridiculous and silly things.
I'm sure he talked to you about them.
Nothing enough where he gave away any deep, dark ritual secrets or taught me the
So
ways
what,
of.
your and his entire relationship was physical?
Well, for him, it mostly was. For me, there's information gathering.
So you do have information, you just don't want to share it.
You're going to tell me you weren't keeping your eyes on the Anarchs at the time as well? He was part of the council.
I didn't keep my eyes on anybody. My eyes were elsewhere.
Well,
In fact,
mine
Rose,
were
if
on-
I had it my way, you would never even be in my peripheral sight. But the problem is, you keep stepping right in my path, so I have no choice but to look at you.
She gives you like a couple of batting eye blinks. I know I'm no Ava, but I hope I do well.
No, please, Rose, you're not my type. Neither is Ava.
What is your type?
Well, that's a question I don't have to answer, right?
You don't. I could guess. You follow around the big guy like a puppy. Is it him?
No,
Is it the prince?
no.
Hmm. Well, maybe one day you'll feel confident enough to share.
Actually, I have all the confidence in the world. It's something I've learned in my second life. The thing is, unlike you and Ava, and most everybody else I interact with, I don't live my life on needing another person to be okay with myself. I wake up every day in love with me, Rose.
You sound like a Toreador.
Maybe. But it's not for selfish reasons. Self-love is quite beautiful, if I do say so myself.
You actually see that hit her a little different. Most of it's a steely gaze and a clenched jaw, but when you speak these words to her, it's not that she loses eye contact, but she loosens up. There's not that tight jaw clenched down, subtle changes, but you're looking at her in a lot of fucking light. And as you kind of like watch her, you see her she nods, but there's a lack of attitude behind her gestures when you say these things.
But the fact of the matter is, I've been loved by the Prince of Chicago.
So we all know.
I've been loved by a Nosferatu.
A daring venture, I dare say.
Whatever you call it, doesn't really matter to me. The point of the matter is, the truth is, none of those hope-filled words of love ever did a whole lot for me. Both of them at some point left me. And in the end, you know what I had?
She smiles and like goes to finish it. Yourself?
Me. That's right.
Hmm.
I love my coterie like family. And I would jump in front of a train for Oliver Hopkins. Maybe Ava Eloise.
That's the difference between you and I, then. I shed those shackles long ago.
But those shackles keep you grounded. And you lost that a long time ago. Because the fact of the matter is, you're fighting on the wrong side, Rose.
Can you even tell the difference between being grounded and anchored anymore, Miss Dakota Rain?
I live on a boat. I think I know the difference.
You have a long life, should you live through all this.
Oh, I will.
Eventually, those you see as keeping you grounded will be the anchors holding you in place.
I
The
don't
question
know.
is, what will you do when that happens?
The problem is what's weighing me down right now is you.
And I'm doing my job wonderfully.
And all of your little shadowy friends. And
I don't know what you're talking
your little,
about.
what's the word I'm looking for? Lost leader.
She shakes her head. You speak in riddles.
Maybe.
For a moment, I feel like I had a modicum of respect for you.
Oh, please, Rose, I don't need your respect.
That makes it even better, then.
Good, you can choke on it. What I'm interested in is Saito. And the only other person that's ever gotten close enough to have pillow talk is you. So since you seem to be the wheeling and dealing and boon kind of lady, since you have no more style, I'll tell you this. You decide to come clean on the information you dug out of your basic pillow talk. And I'll answer some of your questions. Oh, when you get out of this cage, of course. Little tradesies. No boons. None of that.
She shakes her head kind of immediately. All that tells me is that what you want from me is much more valuable than anything you could offer me.
Oh, please. I've looked the shadow in the face and heard her words. She fears me more than anybody.
That's an egocentric view on things.
Not if it's the truth.
Are you so sure it is?
I am.
Well,
Because you're beautiful little oracle. The only thing she couldn't see coming. And just like you, the things you don't see coming, Rose, will be the thing that takes you down.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, weigh your options. Until then, enjoy your little cell and the lights, of course. And when she gives you the checkaroony, Ava's off the hook.
I'll be sure you're the first to know.
Well, I will actually be sitting here with you until the rest of the coterie retrieves me, so I'm going to read a book.
I imagine then for the rest of the evening, you eventually go back to retrieve Dakota. As the night kind of like, there's not much more that would happen in the rest of this particular evening. So I would like to push forward about 2 nights. In that intermittent night, other than your usual wheeling and dealing, I also imagine there's you drop to one of your drop spots to let Jackson know you'd like to meet with him.
Yeah,
you know,
we
during
get
whatever
the
days.
message over. We got to meet with
Yep.
Jackson and
Cammy, obviously.
You know, Dakota probably shows up to the gather one of the nights this week. Like if there's
Yep.
an off night or we don't have anything to do.
There'll be a whole night where I want to look at Dakota at the gather.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
For sure.
Either way, I mean,
'Cause
it's
they got about a
it's
week of it,
multi-night
so.
thing, so she'll show up as
Yep.
much as she can.
So we'll fast forward a couple nights. Everybody make me a rouse check. Just one. I don't need you to make me 2. Go ahead and do that.
Succeeded.
Emmy, you sent a messenger a week and a half or so in game at this point. This was at a point where you weren't here, and this messenger was to set up the meeting time between Ollie. Right? It was it to set up the meeting time between Ollie and Emmy? Well, yeah, and he ended up playing
Yes.
2 truths and a lie
Yes.
to get the information across. It's about that time. The night of the meeting is coming to, and you're not entirely sure what to expect from Oliver and Coterie. You know that the Dakota will, if he's true to his word, will likely be at the meeting. My question to Emmy, I suppose, is where would Emmy like to hold this meeting? In the playground like before, or somewhere else? Is there somewhere else she would like to gather with them?
I think the playground makes sense
Yeah, absolutely.
where she does her meetings.
So just before your bar opens, Ollie, as everybody's gathered for the evening, there's a knock on the closed front door. You hear Grant, oh, fuck, hang on, I got it. And he walks over. And as he opens the door, you can hear the audible sigh. Boss, I think it's for you.
All right.
Ollie walks out from the kitchen, apron still tied up as he's getting everything ready for the evening. And there stands a large 20-something-year-old bouncer build gentleman in a fine suit and tie. He has a clean-cut face and short crew-cut hair. And in front of him, instead of his hands being at his side, he has yarn and a design in his fingers held forward. And as you walk forward, you recognize Cat's Cradle.
All right, Tweedle. What am I doing?
This is a different mook than the other last one, but yeah. Do you know how to play? Does Ollie know how to play Cat's Cradle?
He's probably seen it played, but never played it.
Sure. If you need guidance, he'll like gesture to the points where you need to grab, but he won't speak until you start playing.
Okay, what am I grabbing here, pal?
Those 2 cross points. Pull and twist. Upward, underward.
This is like
Yep.
figuring out how a brawl works in college.
That's
Well,
fine.
never
I'm
went to
here
college.
for you.
What am I?
No, to your left.
Left.
Under it. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm gonna just don't hang on. I'm gonna grab that one now.
Yeah.
Pull that one off your face. Oh, hang on. Let me reset. All right, grab those
Okay.
2 points up. And this.
Yeah.
This goes on for like 5 minutes until eventually you've got it down enough where he can actually start having a conversation.
I don't even know what we accomplished there.
He only speaks while you play. So as you're playing, he
I don't even know what we accomplished there.
2 hours from now, where you met her the first time, she expects you.
You could have just said that.
He doesn't know. He doesn't really say anything.
You could have
to
just
that.
said that.
No, yeah, obviously. No, I get it. He doesn't really say anything as he continues playing.
Okay, thanks. Go on.
And sure, Miss Rain is with you.
Got it.
And afterwards, you're like, I'm done. I imagine you just kind of like let go and you're done. And as you do let go, he too loosens and the yarn just kind of falls down to like a loose string. And he quickly tucks it in his front pocket of his suit, kind of tightens it up, looks around, and then leaves calmly. What is it with like you guys and just getting weirder as you get older?
Well, I've got excuses, but none of it makes sense. So I'm just going to save my breath here and say, I don't fucking know.
All right. Well, I imagine that means I'll be taking over manager duties tonight. You guys have a great night. Enjoy yourselves with
hey, look, I kind of like lean in. It was just me and him listening. Like I'm like over shoulder. I think I may have got you that date.
There's literal like he doesn't understand what you're saying. It just so hits him out of nowhere, and he looks back, and he just openly is like, "What? What do you mean? What date?"
I think I may have got you a date with Ava.
Yeah, you're funny. He slaps you in the back with his greasy hand.
Look,
you're good. You're funny. Where is she?
No, shut up. Shut your trap.
Me.
Shut your.
What?
I'm serious.
Why are you getting upset at me?
I may have got you a date with Ava, and I'm gonna need you to not fuck it up.
I swear to God, if you're fucking pulling on my third leg right now.
You'd love that if I did, but this is not the case, I assure you. Just don't be surprised. Make some plans. And be a professional about it. Be a gentleman.
Oh, yeah. I'll take her to like the fanciest place. I like legal seafoods. That's pretty nice.
Oh, my God.
What? That's like a pricey seafood right there. It's like high tier. Right? No.
You know what? You show her your charm. All right. If you need a little
she more
extra
of an
cash.
Italian girl, Olive Garden. Oh, you can eat breadsticks. It'll keep her happy.
You take her out to Maggio's. All right. If you're gonna go take her to Maggio's, don't
Buca
go to
di
fucking
Beppo?
Olive Garden.
That's another great idea, right?
Oh my
they
God!
They got the Pope table in the back. We can sit down back there with the Pope. I don't really. Well, I mean, listen. I don't know them fancy schmancy
Okay,
places
look, I'll get you some places. I'll get you some places. Okay.
He looks at himself. He's like, do you really think I know anyone that could get me into any of those places?
Yeah, me. I could get you into those places. You just got enough fucking up.
Well, if this is you not joking, then I leave it to you.
I'm not joking. I will help.
How about you tell me where we're going to eat? You tell me what I should wear. You tell me what I should talk about, and I'll do my best to be the most flattering man I've ever been.
When you get a time and day, let me know, and I'll go talk to the proprietor, and I'll set you up a place.
All right, I'll let her shut. Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Which restaurant? What place?
Tell her it's a surprise. They like the ambiguity. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Mystery man of mystery.
Yeah. I mean, I think it has to work for you because you clearly can't make a decision for yourself.
Listen. I gave you my offering of high class restaurants.
You know, I got you. Okay. If she asks anything about it, tell her it's a 2-star.
Wouldn't she rather have a 5-star?
It's
experience.
It's Michelin rated, my friend. My God, just tell her it's a 2-star and settle.
The tire company has restaurants.
I'm gonna fire you.
Why are you gonna fire me? I'm the best manager you ever had. I don't understand the language. Listen, you guys are weird. You live for too long, as far as I'm concerned. I'm going back into the kitchen where she is, and I'll present my best side.
Talk to her and tell her that it's a 2-star joint. There's live music. Tell her it's beautiful.
All right.
Figure out a day.
Ask me, I will.
I'll set it up.
I'll act natural.
You got it. I'm going to talk to Dakota though, because we have some things we got to handle.
Problem. Well, I guess we're both going back in the kitchen. So, and so he kind of walks first into the kitchen, and as the door swings open, he is his Dakota and Ava probably just hanging out. And as he looks over to Ava, there's a moment where as soon as you lock eyes with him, he looks away almost like immediately. He's walking over to the oven. He keeps looking back at you.
He freezes
and
up.
Anytime you look at him, he looks back away instantaneously.
Grant, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What do you mean? I'm getting the restaurant
You
ready.
look like you're constipated or something, and you're not saying anything. Why are you being weird?
I am a well-fibered man. I'm not constipated.
I guess the look on your face says otherwise.
I'm sorry. Well, there's a weird man came and played yarn games with the boss. All right, I'm a little bit weirded out. And
Now I look at Ollie.
It's extremely obvious that he is not looking at Ava at all. Like he is at all refusing to make any eye contact with her, which is the opposite of what he usually does.
Dakota, if your night's not busy, I got a meeting with Emmy, and she specifically sent one of her goons to make sure that you were there.
No, I don't like that.
Oh, the kid wants to meet the kid. I get it. Maybe they'll be best friends.
I rear back and just slap him upside the head. I'm not a kid anymore. Grant.
Sorry. Wow.
Okay,
He's fragile. Be kind to him. He's fragile.
Ego, you mean?
How
That
dare
too.
you. This is not beat up Grant hour, especially if, and he looks over to Ollie. The restaurant is gonna open tonight. Nice to me.
I get you.
Why are you being weird?
Listen, kid,
I'm not being weird. I have a busy night ahead of me, and you're all leaving.
We always leave you.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have you at least have
Ava. It makes
Ava.
me really sad. And
You at least
I
have-
just
you at
can't
least
hold
have-
it back anymore.
You at least have Ava here
Like,
because
Oh,
Ava's
she's
not
staying.
coming to meet
I
the
mean,
kid?
Ava, did you want to go?
I
Because it's
don't-
kind of weird that you went out last night.
I don't particularly want to. If I'm not
No,
requested
if I have to
personally,
go, Ava has to go.
oh god.
You particularly requested Dakota,
Yeah, see, I
And-
don't like that.
and Ava didn't enjoy the meetup. It was weird for her.
It's creepy. It's at a playground. And she has like this little playground. She swings. She wants you to swing on the swing with her. It's weird.
That's like the start of like 9 horror movies.
It felt like a horror
Fun.
movie.
I mean, I hang out on playgrounds. No, not for the same reasons, but
What's wrong, Dakota? You don't want to meet the person that was in charge of me becoming a kindred?
what do you mean?
Wait, what?
Charge of you becoming a kindred.
Can
Yeah,
she make me a kindred?
Oh, shut up, Grant.
Sorry.
Now the time.
My mom was a ghoul to Emmy.
Ew, weird. So she's like, what? You're.
My grandma.
Oh God.
Whoa.
No, I don't like this.
Yeah, I
It
don't
is.
particularly care for it, but it's a big power play, and it's going to lead to a meeting with Ventru board
Weren't we supposed
potentially.
to just,
Definitely
like, kill
Jackson.
Emmy?
No,
Oh.
My
No, Jackson-
8-year-old grandma. That's like a fanfic in the making right there.
it's like a TMZ show or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah.
miss karate for this.
Look, Jackson specifically said it's up to me to determine the fate of Emmy.
Okay.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Oh my
That's
God,
a
That's-
lot.
Grant,
yeah,
is it there
it
a
is.
burger to burn?
We're not even open yet.
Okay, well I can put the sign on.
I would rather you didn't.
Okay. Well, I would
I'm not done setting up the kitchen. Wait.
rather you stop
You know,
hitting
you're
on
so,
Ava
you
all
get
the time,
so
but we don't
you're
always get
so
what we
angry
want,
at
do
me
we,
lately.
Grant?
I don't understand why you don't even like
Okay,
me that much.
okay.
It's all set. I preformed like 80 patties. All right, so you should be good for the night.
Okay, fine. If we're gonna go meet Emmy, let's get it over with. I got shit to do. And as much as I enjoy a good playground, not because I'm a kid, but because they're fun.
Yeah, that's super fun. I bet you it's really fun at midnight with an 8-year-old vampire and a bunch of like, who knows what she's got hanging out with her.
It's like 20 bouncers.
Yeah, picture them all watching you while you're sitting there on a little sand field.
I can't imagine that's very difficult for you, Ava, when everybody watches you all the time.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
different
Okay.
reasons.
Okay, personal
Yeah.
things aside, if I'm going, Ava's going. We're all going. Grant,
Fine.
cook some burgers. We'll be back.
Let's go.
all right. Guess I'm cooking burgers. Have a good time, guys.
I mean, you got it, guys, right? You got all of Ava's goons here.
Yeah, I got
right?
all of Ava's fucking tools.
Yes, they're very useful tools, aren't they?
I
They all are.
hopefully not in ways that make me jealous.
Oh, God, I'm leaving.
Oh, what?
I'd
That's
rather
it.
go hang out with the 8-year-old on the playground.
Yes.
I'm giving him the eyes like, come on, man. Come on.
He's giving you like a "what am I doing wrong" face.
Yeah,
Like,
no wonder you're fucking single, Grant.
well, that's
And I like
first
push
of all,
the kitchen door open.
I'm saving myself for the
For
woman I
your
love.
right hand? Yeah, we all know.
I'm dying.
You're so mean. You're so mean. They're so mean.
I know that means
She's laughing. Are you sure she's gonna ask me out? She's literally laughing at the joke, making fun of me.
You really need to watch Mean Girls, man. All right.
Wow,
You need to watch the movie Mean Girls. It'll help you here.
that sounds what?
Oh, my
Seriously, go watch Mean
Oh my
Girls.
God,
It'll
I
help
can't
you.
run to the restaurant. Fine, whatever. But if she's gonna ask me out, I'll give her a whole year to do it. I don't care. I'll wait.
Oh my god. Desperation.
She's so fucking beautiful, dude.
Oh my god, Grant.
Oh.
I encourage you, since you're
What?
you're
I'm not talking that loud, am I?
You're not. They're just really good at listening.
God damn it.
just Grant.
That means, hang on. Ava, did you hear about me saying anything about a date? And then
Oh
he,
my
he like
God.
whispers to Ollie and then looks up past Ollie to see if there's any recognition in Ava's face.
I look at Dakota. I might have told Ollie last night that I would take him up on the date thing with Grant.
What?
And clearly it's already made the
No.
rounds.
No, fuck this. What happened yesterday? Everything was fucking normal. I'm leaving. I'm going
Why
to
is
hang
she
out with
mad?
girl.
What did she say?
Bye.
Why is Dakota
Yes.
mad? What the hell?
Okay, so I'm a little secret, not so secret. Dakota's perpetually always mad. It's part of her talents.
Fair.
So
That's why I love her, you know?
yeah, same. No joke there. So yeah, let's make a move on that.
I don't want to make a move on Dakota.
You're fucking terrible. Goodbye.
What? Okay, bye. And he just confused as you all
Worst
walk
human
out.
ever.
You leave, and then there's a moment to Ava. Do you like linger for a moment, or do you leave like immediately?
No, I am out the door before I can even hear whatever
What
comes
about
out of his
Ava,
mouth.
though?
Oh, Ava.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm
Okay.
leaving. Well, yeah, this is for
He's like
later.
watching for see if you hang around for a second, and you just instantly go.
Yeah.
The camera lingers on a sad Grant before it slowly fades to black.
No, it's not the time. He's killed it.
The sounds we hear in its place are the sounds of a park at night. Crickets making noise in the distance, a little creature skittering up trees occasionally when you walk by them. But the thing that over and permeates through all of that is the quiet creaking sound of a swing moving. Ollie, Ava, and Dakota, Ollie and Ava particularly rather, have walked this path already once. You know exactly where to go, but for you, Dakota, it feels like all that's missing is that creepy music box music that plays at the beginning of any horror movie like this. And as you walk deeper into the woods, into the park, and you eventually branch away toward where the playground you can see in the distance is, you actually see little silhouettes occasionally. They're not really hiding. You see a large gentleman there, a woman over there, another woman way back there, and they are all rather visibly armed in some manner. This is the time to say anything if you want to say anything between each other, but if not,
Well, it's a little late. I was about to say maybe I could swoop in bird style, but then they'll all see me, so it's fine.
well, yeah, that would be just
Yeah, it's too late for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, they told me there'd be a bunch of people here, so I at this point, Dakota feels like somebody ruined the end of the horror movie for her. So it's really not that scary at all. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Yeah.
At this point, they kind of told her what to expect. Though I imagine the atmosphere is still got its creepy vibes.
Oh, absolutely. It's less like I doubt Dakota's scared and more just like, oh, the vibes are off.
Yeah, the
man.
vibes
This
are
is
weird.
like weird.
Yeah. Hey, there's a merry-go-round.
And there's in the distance, there's a merry-go-round in the park. And as you approach and you kind of clear through the last couple of bushes, you see swing in the center swing, flanked by two large goons. A small, very clearly 8-year-old girl with, what is she wearing this evening, Emmy? And how exactly is she dressed?
She has her signature little bows in her hair. Still the pink short hair. It's like perfectly curled.
Uh-huh.
And her outfit is pretty pristine and clean. It looks like not a school uniform this time, but just something that you would expect a young child to be wearing, a little dress with a nice blouse and like kind of those like, are they called Madeline shoes? Like just cute
Yep.
shoes
Oh,
with
yeah,
little
yeah.
bows
the
on the
Mary
ends.
Janes, yeah.
Yeah, with little bows on this on like the toe part.
And it's been
And
in game
stockings.
just under 2 weeks since the last time you two have come together. Or maybe
And
just over.
she's carrying with her. Actually, I think in the one of the swings next to her, there that someone else is pushing is a like stuffed lamb that is
And one
being
of the
like
mooks
pushed on
is
another swing.
pushing the
Yeah.
lamb along with a mook behind next to him pushing Emmy.
Yeah.
And that's what the three of you walk into. And Emmy, you see Ollie stride forward first with Dakota and Ava right in tow. And they both, all three of them step into the small little playground area. And at that moment, as they become visible, the mooks, both from the behind the lamb and from you, in synchronicity, take 2 steps back and allow the swinging to come to its natural closure. Whether Emmy continues to kick and let the swings continue is totally up to her. But when they step forward and business is about to clearly start, they take a step back and take a more guarding position. You see both of their hands lay on a pistol holstered on their legs.
Emmy will grab the little lamb chop from the other one, and then she jumps out as like the swing gets to the highest point and lands.
And maybe even a little higher than most kids would normally go, feeling safe. But Emmy is no child. And as she ripples into the air and she lands on the ground, maybe she stumbles like a kid still, or gets up and maybe she even like tumbles a little bit. But as she stands, no scrapes can be seen, no visible damage can be seen. And Emmy stands clean and pristine in front of you.
You just hear a little giggling as she
I
squeezes
laugh.
her lamb chop.
In like a much lower register that's like, okay, that's weird.
Hey, Emmy.
Well, hello, Ollie. It's so nice to see you.
You remember Ava?
Hi, Ava.
And she like holds her lamb chop and waves with her lamb chop.
And this is
Hi.
Dakota Rain.
Oh, Dakota, I've waited so long to meet you. I'm surprised you didn't come visit me before.
Yeah, I guess you could say, you're hard to find.
A little bit.
Little high.
I don't know if
little
it hits
seek.
Dakota now, but at some point, maybe it's now, maybe it's in a little bit. It does become extremely clear why children are forbidden from being embraced.
It's nice to meet you, Emmy.
Emmy will kind of step forward towards you and offer her hand.
Like a shake?
Yeah, like a shake.
Yeah, I'll shake her hand. It's cool and weird. I'm shaking an 8-year-old's hand. Yeah.
As you go to shake her hand, I mean, she's 8. You're in the body of a 16-year-old. There's really you just fully
Right,
kind of like
yeah. But, I mean,
lap
it's
over it.
yeah. Okay, well, nice lamb chop.
Thanks. She likes you, lamb chop.
And she'll hold lamb chop's hand out so that you can shake lamb chop's hand
I will
too.
shake lamb chop's hand. Shamelessly. And look, Dakota's the kind of person that'll buy in if it means I get what I want out of this, so she'll buy in shaking lamb chop's hand. Yeah. Nice to meet you, lamb chop.
Lamb chops thinks it's nice to meet you, too.
I'm a good person to know, Emmy.
Apparently.
Lamb chop
And
has good
Emmy
taste.
smiles. And then she kind of looks at all of you and then turns her back to you and looks out at the different playground options. And she's like,
Which one should we pick today?
Oh, let's do the
I think we should-
merry-go-round.
All right.
That's my favorite.
I don't mind a good merry-go-round.
and she'll skip towards the merry-go-round, not
You can
turning
hear the
back to
gravel under her, like
I
as
turn
she's
around.
skipping toward
Dakota's
it.
kind of excited to play on the playground. Not in like a kid-like way, but like Dakota is a free spirit, and like the merry-go-rounds are fucking fun. Like just put it. Dakota's like foots after. Like come on.
Go ahead.
You have to push us, Ollie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Ollie, you have to push us. Like you
Go
did
ahead,
with the
Ava.
swings.
Yes.
I got Ava to go on the swings too, and Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It was fun.
I didn't really get to swing. I get to really just kind of drag my legs in the dirt.
Well, the
He
merry-go-round.
lies. He's a good swinger too.
Well, it sounds to me like Ollie needs to get on the merry-go-round because he didn't get to swing last time.
Our
You
show
guys-
won't break it.
You guys gonna push me?
I'm gonna push you.
I'll help push.
No, you get to ride too. I want to see.
All right.
I want to see your hair in the wind.
It is pretty, isn't it?
It is.
And she'll jump on one of the little spots and hold on to the.
You see
railings.
Ollie's 6'7" frame step onto it as it creaks a little bit and tilts into his direction just a bit.
Well,
I'll go sit in the center, so it doesn't fly off hinge.
And Dakota, pretty effortlessly, is able to push this thing with everybody on it.
And I get a couple good spins. I don't get them going too fast, but like enough so we can still talk, but they have fun.
Yeah. As it begins to spin in a manner that would be still able to converse. How long do you just kind of enjoy it before somebody kicks into business conversation? Is Emmy like giggling and laughing as she's having fun?
Emmy's giggling hysterically and laughing.
And Ollie
she will eventually change the conversation if no one else does.
I think if Dakota gets it going really, really well, she'll do that thing where you jump on while it's spinning.
Yeah.
And then just let it come to like a slow, natural stop. Like once we get it going, I could join them on the merry-go-round.
Ava watches just from the sidelines.
If Ava's just watching, Emmy will invite her on.
Oh,
Like, come on, Ava, you have to join us too.
yeah, I'm not pushing till you get on, Ava.
All right. All aboard.
The entire coterie steps on the merry-go-round.
Yeah, I push and push.
Ava
and
gets
then
it pushed.
I'll jump
Dakota
on.
gets it pushing, and then she, with effortless ease, thanks to her parkouring abilities, just slips into an open spot as it's in.
And I do that thing that the cool kids do, where they can stand on it instead of having to squat, and I like lean back and let my dreads like catch in the wind. This shit's fun. This is great.
Dude, if it was me, I'd immediately be puking. It would be a bad time. I wouldn't be able to hold a meeting.
Motion sick.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. So you all get on and it begins to spin, and Emmy is giggling for a while, but who is the one that broaches business first?
If none of them want to, Emmy will.
Yeah, I would love to see Emmy switch from, unless Dakota's going to.
No, this is not Dakota's. She has no idea what business we're talking. It's just really Ollie's territory.
So Emmy, as you giggle, what is it like for her to go from clearly an 8-year-old giggling and fun to I'm 100 years old and it's time to do business? What is that transition like? Is it stark? Is it cold? Show us.
Yeah, she's giggling and she's holding onto the thing, and she kind of sits down because she's getting like, it's going a little bit fast. And she's just like,
Well, Ollie, I'm guessing you brought all your friends here for a reason. Did you think a little bit more on my offer?
Hell yeah, I did. But
so
I mean,
are
I
we getting
suppose
into a family business then?
that is an interesting question. You did request Dakota's presence, and well, Dakota wasn't showing up without Ava. So
Perfect.
I'd like for you to sort of paraphrase if you can and ask again so Dakota has an understanding about what your request is.
Well, paraphrase. Oh, that's such a big word. I think that for me, it's more about, I'm a little kid. I need a little bit of protection. And I'm sure, Dakota, you kind of understand this. Being stuck as an 8-year-old for the rest of my life is not an easy endeavor, especially because I didn't make or choose this decision. But here I am, thriving, except for, the whole situation with me. I don't need to recap it for you. But I am looking forward to maybe not having to hide in the shadows and try to figure out what my next endeavor is. So, I know you all know some people and they like listening to you. So I was hoping that maybe you would put in a good word for me with Kevin.
Yeah.
We kind of
already
did.
I talked to Kevin.
Perfect.
Kevin's weird.
Hey.
Mr. Jackson. I call him mister Jackson. It's a sign of respect and all that. I haven't known him as long as you have.
Like a teacher or something, you call them Mr. Teacher. Ava's trying to relate and she just can't.
It was a valiant effort on Ava's behalf.
Well,
you call them Mr. Teacher. I just call all my teachers by their first name. They just like me.
Emmy, I want to be completely transparent with you because I think it is going to lead to potentially a strong relationship, right? Protection and all that. Got to trust each other.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson thinks that you're a weak link,
Of course he does.
and
I'm okay with him thinking I'm weak.
he's left it up to me to decide your fate.
Ooh. She holds the lamb chop and like holds it
Shivers with
and
it.
like listens like on edge, and she's like,
Well, what's my fate?
Well, he wants to know if you're valuable or not. And if you're valuable, as you know, in our world, it's much more likely that you'll survive.
Well, appraise me.
and she stands up.
As she stands up, it's when the merry-go-round is finally slowing and it kind of stops just as she jumps to her feet and places her fists on her hips and stands proudly.
Yeah, and her lamb chop is kind of like dangling from one of her sides.
Well, if I had to give you a stern appraisal, I would say that you at least have a talent in surviving. Value in that, I don't know, indeterminate. But it's up to me to figure that out. And then I have to go to Jackson and speak on your behalf. And then if you make me out to be a liar, it's my ass. So I really hope that you don't make me out to be a liar.
Well, what reason would they have to make you out to be a liar as long as you don't lie? But if you lie, then...
Well, I mean, they already don't like you. They're just looking for a reason.
Well, there might be some reasons why they don't like me.
But
Why's that?
I will have an ask of you, and I will speak on your behalf positively. Before we go, I have something I'd like to ask you. But
Does anybody answer
Alright.
Dakota's question, by the way? She kind of steps up and you go and ask it again.
I just said, why is that? Why don't they like you?
Oh yeah, why don't the venture?
Oh, you
like
haven't heard.
Let's pretend that I don't play on the same playground as you.
Well, I might have tried to get someone killed. It's fine.
Really?
Ballard,
How did that go?
Well, clearly look around, little lady. Not well.
Maybe you picked the wrong target.
you
Maybe.
picked a big target.
Well, okay, well,
Well, sometimes you gotta take risks.
look, Emmy, I agree with you. And I don't actually disagree with anything that you've said.
See, I'm making sense to someone, Ollie.
Ollie, what are you thinking in your appraisal?
I think I'll speak on her behalf. I think she's got a lot to make up for. A lot of people to answer to, and a lot of proving of a value to more than just myself.
What if, I said I had a place I thought she might be able to start? One that Jackson would almost certainly not be able to turn down.
Ooh, I like the way this sounds.
Mutually
I'm listening.
beneficial on all fronts.
And of course, it still stands. You get your boon.
Boon. Oh, boon. I fucking hate boons.
That was a boon for life, right?
Yeah, something like that, but not quite as
Man, Ollie's really racking up the life boons, aren't you, Ollie?
well.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
one
who
that
else has been giving you boons?
Well, you might-
I might have told Rose, Alessandra, in the city, that she owed Ollie a life boon after we saved her life.
I mean, you are
I know
aware
who
of the
that
name
is.
Rose. You are
Mhm.
aware that there is a Lasombra named Rose and that she owns a club that is in the rack. But that's about it. You don't really know much else.
Okay.
That being said, we can talk to Jackson. Yeah, Ollie, we can talk to Jackson. I kind of give Ollie these eyes like, we gotta talk. I have an idea. And I know Ollie does because I could probably read it all over his face.
Emmy, I don't know if you told us this, but I'm curious. Why is it that you wanted to kill Mr. Ballard? Was there a motivation there, or was it like you
I
just didn't
think if
like
you
him?
think really hard, Ava, you could probably figure it out.
I
Why do you
mean,
think I would want to get rid of Ballard?
maybe you just didn't like him.
nobody
He's,
likes Ballard.
Yeah, that's true. But beyond that, I mean, that's kind of why I got so far, was because he made it a little bit easy.
Ballard
Did
can't exactly run away. He's mostly incapable physically, but Ballard's also one of the founding members of the Chicago Venture Board.
Ding, 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 ding.
Remove a member of the board, and an opening will arise.
Her
Exactly.
Ballard
On
compensates
the
for his weaknesses with
nose.
money.
but you were already like in with the venture at that point, right? You guys were, or were you not? Were you still kind of like on the outs? They
It's
didn't
about
really
a
like
seat
you.
on the board. There are only so many seats, Ava. And his fat ass had to get out of one to make space for her very tiny one.
But there is a very obvious thing here that I think you might be neglecting. Everyone is hesitant to work with Emmy because she's an 8-year-old.
Please. Everybody was hesitant to work with me because I look 16. And now I can't get people to stop asking me for fucking favors, so I don't believe in that shit anymore.
See, there's value in us. And also, I can get into places and do things that people just don't think about.
I give Emmy a high five. I fucking
Emmy will
high
high
five
five
Emmy.
you.
I'm sure it still, doesn't sit well with the venture that I know in Chicago. They probably, honestly, they're not a fan. They probably weren't a fan. And even if, Emmy, if you return, it may take some time for them to warm up.
I
They're
know, but
they're a
I'm
bunch of
lovable.
cruel.
They'll come around.
And to refresh for those who it's been a while for listeners, the reason the whole reason would be getting in with Jackson on the ground floor so that if his plans go well and she can support his plans to rise as prince, then through that generous motion, he would grant her a place back in Chicago, maybe even on the board. It's all about working through Jackson, understanding the end goal is Jackson succeeding in his goals of claiming the
But, Ava, right now, I feel like the Ventru may have a much bigger and more common enemy than Emmy. Right now, in the city,
Yes.
with everything going on, just...
Yes, of course. Of course.
And I'll tell you, one thing Emmy has that we don't, and I kind of look around in like
It's a
all
lot of men.
Oh, Ava, I mean,
bunch of mooks.
you get a
He
lot
spent
of
many,
men,
many
but-
years cultivating mooks.
I get a lot of men, but not like this. These
Precisely.
big men.
Oh, and there's more where they came from. I can
You've
get you a lot
got-
of support from Gary and Chicago and Southern Chicago area. So,
That's a name
You're
the
looking
two of
for-
you. Well, Ava heard last time you had a meeting with Emmy. The first time, maybe the second time Dakota's heard Gary mention
Yeah,
is that which would make sense if that's where she's been hiding.
interesting.
Because you would all know the
Gary
rumors
is
of
a
Gary, that the
shithole.
leaders of Gary, yeah, Gary's a shithole. You also know the leaders of Gary, both on the Anarch and the Camarilla
You say
side,
that?
are just mysteriously gone.
Oh yeah, I think
Do you say Gary's-
Dakota says it out
Okay.
loud. Yeah,
And
Gary's kind
Emmy,
of a
Emmy,
shithole.
Emmy giggles at you saying that and going,
exactly. That's why it was so easy
And when
to
she
swim
says
my way
that,
in there.
and when those words fall from her lips, and she's like, and that's why it was so easy. Things get tense as things are about to build, but we cut here for break
Okay,
real quickly because we're running over break
y'all,
time.
I gotta pee so bad. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry
we
about
got
this.
some
I gotta
bio
go.
breaks.
We'll be
Need to
right back,
go.
everybody, and we'll kick right back off.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Be right back.
Hello, welcome back from break, everybody. Hope y'all feeling better, refreshed.
I am
ready for the
so
next...
much better. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
for your
yeah.
patience. Like, I was ready to pop. I needed to get some more hydration and some Vicks Vapo Rub. Like, it was time.
Understandable. Yeah, for the next hour and a half, we're gonna buckle in and kind of just jump right back in. But the quick stuff. Hey, if you like what you're watching, go join our Discord. It's free. If you jumped in late, if you're a Twitch sub, you can watch the VOD immediately. If you just want to watch the video and you don't want to wait and you don't mind waiting, over on the youtube.com/roll for it. It's everything's up there from season 1 all the way through season 3, and it'll finish out all over there on YouTube for free. So go watch it there. Yeah, without them, we wouldn't be doing this. And if you love us and want to give us money, go to patreon.com/podbynight. That's the best way to directly support everything that we do here on the channel. Okay, cool. With that said, are we all ready to just jump right back in, ready to fall back into that weird scene?
Sure, why not?
Fantastic. All right, then let's just jump right back in, as it were. The last words that fell from Emmy's lips as we cut to black was easy, I believe. As that kind of question lingered as to what exactly the next steps are, understanding that her desire is to operate in conjunction with and to support Jackson from the shadows in return for hopefully a place among the Venture again, if and when he succeeds. And we hear as our vision comes to, we hear the merry-go-round grind to a slow stop, with Emmy standing there proudly, waiting to hear from the rest of the coteries. Opinion.
What do you?
It takes a long sigh.
What do you really want, Emmy?
To fit in. I know what
Yeah.
that's like.
It's a fitting kind of. Well, I don't think I'll ever fit in perfectly with other people because I'm my own person and that's fine. But it's more so that it's been hard, when you're an 8-year-old vampire.
I mean,
Not
Ava
everyone
can
trusts me.
understand from that perspective that for all the faults of the Camarilla, there is a security that does come with it, should the Camarilla be functioning, of course.
It's true.
So, say we get you some friends.
Safety, security, not having to worry and cover my tracks everywhere I go. An 8-year-old that never ages is kind of a problem.
Bullshit. It's only a problem for those who don't understand it.
Well, when you have to hide away with a bunch of people who are not kindreds, it can be a little bit more hard.
It's because they fear you, Emmy. So if we help them understand, they won't fear you as much.
It's more, I think she's in
Well,
the
those
masquerade
people
breach. That's
would
a
be a
problem.
masquerade breach. So I think that would be naughty.
Emmy,
But I kind of like
I'm
what you're
guessing
thinking.
You've been around a while, yes?
Yeah.
One of the great things about the Masquerade is it exists almost entirely to break. Every council member has always broken a rule. Every kindred, Ava, every kindred eventually breaks one. It's about...
The vision of Dakota being given an impassioned speech, and then she just whips her head and
Wait.
just goes, Ava!
Wait
and then
for
goes,
it.
Like, just like knowing Ava is winding up to say something.
But the fact of the matter is, we all still claim to live and exist within it. If siring a child was against the Masquerade, they would have tried to kill me a long time ago.
Well, I think maybe you're a little bit older, so maybe they gave him some leeway.
I think what I'm
My
saying
sire
is,
didn't end up the same way.
with the right pitch, and you actually bringing something to the table. In the current state of affairs in Chicago, it's going to be very hard for them to say no.
That's exactly what I want to hear.
But the question is, what are you bringing to the table other than very big, able-bodied men?
Well, what more would you want from me?
You said you tried
What
to
do I
kill
need to
someone
bring up
sometime.
to the table?
Are you good at that?
Good at what?
Are you good at that, killing things?
I don't think I really do the killing.
Are you good at facilitating that process?
I could be. I know some people who like doing that. Or sometimes I can convince other people to do it.
I like kind of turn and look at Ollie and Ava, and I'm like, there are a lot of people, specifically 12 bodies in a circle that we could desperately use to disappear.
That's a very specific amount of people.
Yeah, it is. We'll get
And
there,
this
Amy.
very specific shape.
All very important to the grander scheme of things. I guess I'm saying part of the reason why we can't say do it ourselves is because we're a bit too, I look right at Ava, connected to the problem. Emmy, on the other hand, as she has clearly pointed out with, very clearly, is that she is in fact very disconnected.
So is this something that would help
Everyone, Emmy, it would help everyone.
Kevin? Or is this more of something that you want me to handle for your boon?
Oh, this has nothing to do with... Little thing about me, Emmy, I don't deal in boons.
So what do you deal in?
Oh, I don't know. I've dealt in a lot of different things. Usually honesty, loyalty.
I like those things.
Hey, me too. And really the betterment of all kindred, right? We're all trying to do
I don't know
what
about
you...
that.
What? We all want what you want. Safety, security. I'm sorry it's been fucking hard for you, Emmy. It sucks. I know.
Yeah, well, when I was in this town before, there were just carriages and long, long travels between where we go.
Well, the world has changed, and maybe so has the perspective of the Ventru Board, given the right circumstances. And I'd say we're in really unique circumstances, wouldn't you? Ava and Ollie?
I would say so. I
Well,
would
your
agree with you that times have
circumstances-
changed.
Circumstances have changed. Opinions, not so much.
Ooh, what's your opinion, Ollie?
It's not mine.
Amarilla.
It's the Ventru.
I would say the entire reason Jackson is interested is because he wants a change of perspective.
It's true.
It is the current prince who's not interested.
All right. So how do we get the current prince to be interested?
Oh, Emmy, we don't. We just get rid of her.
Well, you know how that went for me before.
That's not what we'd be asking you to do. Don't worry, the prince is fast on her way to getting rid of herself.
Perfect.
That being
Then-
said, we're more interested in what happens after she's gone.
Well, a lot of times it gets a little chaotic, but then they try to make everything look like it's fine.
Oh, it'll get chaotic. But with the right person to step up afterwards, you know,
With a plan.
with a plan and the right people around, you could be one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts? The loud ones? You're real quiet.
Dakota. Are you? You were mentioning, Emmy helping with a problem. I thought we were implying, the hunter situation that we have. Are you implying something else here?
That's not. I am.
You're not implying she.
I
Take out the
am.
other-
I am.
Do I know what they're referencing?
I don't know what she's referencing because there's so many different things that could have you go. kill.
what she's referencing.
I think I know what they're referencing. And
Emmy can make an assumption.
Emmy wouldn't. Okay.
Oh, okay. If you're saying Emmy wouldn't know, then go for it. Yeah.
Does this have anything to do with Alayla?
I mean, for them, yes. I'm not worried about her. She is her own kind of vampire, an emotional one. She sucks my energy away every time her fucking
Same with
name
mine.
is
I
brought
would
up.
like to get rid of her.
Well, you know what, Emmy? I have a thought.
But here's a problem that I have with her. I need her because she has something that I need.
That's like Ollie. Like
What does
he
she
keeps her
have
around.
that you need?
Needles.
Needles?
Needles is free.
The last Emmy knew Layla had needles. She doesn't know that. She didn't know that needles has been. freed
I
since then.
immediately look at Ollie.
Why do you need needles?
Well, if he's free. Where is he? Is he safe? Is he okay?
Why do you need needles?
I was negotiating his safety and she kidnapped him. She needle napped him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do remember from in season 2, there was the needles did let you know that Emmy had. There was a point where Emmy's people had reached out to him a couple of times.
Layla took me for a couple of weeks. I was gone, and I found needles.
She napped you. What was she
Um,
doing with
She
you?
did.
Did she mess with your mind?
We were quite worried.
no, she didn't mess with my mind.
Did she take some of your blood?
No, she didn't take any of my blood.
She has little witchy friends.
Yeah, I know she
She can
does.
do things with blood.
I negotiated for Needle's release, but I had to roll on some people in town.
So you're already part of the family business then, I guess?
Yeah, you could say that.
I guess what I'm saying is, I feel like with Layla, we really should match her against something of equal, power.
Well, now I don't need anything from her, so
Great, perfect.
Layla's not done. I didn't get to tell you guys. It was brief. very brief. I think I told Ava while we were at the club. I saw one of Layla's goons. One of her up-and-closers. And he was there. He went into one of the private rooms. I followed him.
Didn't you give her Rose's name? Layla?
I mean, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
that's
I did.
probably why.
But he didn't go in and take Layla. He didn't go in and take Rose.
Yeah,
He
'cause
went
we
into
had
one of the
already-
private rooms.
Yeah, because we had already taken her, right?
No, he went for someone
So
else.
you
There was
are
something else
all
going
napping
on.
people too. There's a
Our
lot of
napping
napping
was
happening.
actually to keep someone safe, surprisingly enough.
All right, look. The guy walked into a private room. He put together a big fucking gun. It was a pistol, but it was a big gun. And when everything went down with the other hunters in the club, he broke into a room and he took out 2 kindred. Just pop, 2 single shots while you guys were rushing up the steps. Remember when you climbed to the third, the upper balcony area, the top of the building? I stopped and I watched him do the deed, and he left. He got out.
Do we know who the two
See,
See,
kindred
this
were?
is why you have to get rid of their kind, because they're just gonna murder us all.
It's
I don't know who it was, because by the time I got into the room, they quickly changed into dust. So they were
They
old.
keep making these weird contraptions.
weird contraptions. What do you mean?
Yeah, to try to kill us.
Well, look, the hunters are not actually the tip top of our problem right now. In case Ollie and Ava, you forgot.
What is the top of your problem?
Well, see, that's where I'm hoping you can actually help us just a teeny little bit.
Does this have to do with the circle and the 12 people?
It sure does.
So tell me more.
Can I give me a second? Give me Emmy. Just have a moment here, a lovely moment with Ava. I need to talk to Dakota.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of pull you off to
You
the
know
side.
how to play patty cake, Ava?
It's been a while.
All right,
Yes.
I will teach you.
Come on, Ava.
And
Where's that
proceed to
mom
play-
energy you had?
Patty
yes,
cake.
you're right. It's been a while since I've seen
And as you, yeah, go ahead.
As I'm playing patty cake, though, could I be listening in?
Absolutely.
on the
It depends on where
conversation?
they go. Are they going super
Okay.
far away to have this conversation?
I imagine 20 or so feet. Ollie's gonna speak sort of under breath.
Does Emmy have any auspex abilities, like heightened
I
senses?
don't know.
for
I don't
instance?
think so.
If not, your best bet is to hope the mooks overhear something and give you that info.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, 20 feet, probably with the level they're talking and also with the clapping of patty cake, you probably won't hear anything.
Okay.
I clap real hard. Patty cake,
Yeah.
patty cake.
Now they have to walk away 50 feet because they can't hear themselves. So.
Hey, I get what you're putting down.
Mm-hmm.
I do. But you gotta drop it in front of Ava. It's gonna get back.
Ollie, that's the whole point. Look, and I lean in real close. Look, the fact of the matter is, Emmy is a great agent for change. And the thing about an agent for change is when their usefulness is done, who cares if they live or die? If she does,
I
we help her out. If she
care.
does, okay, Ollie. Not everybody can be your friend.
I don't want her to be my friend. She's the only person that knew my mother.
Dakota doesn't make attachments to humans or people very often. She doesn't understand that. Okay, well, I'm just saying, worst case scenario, but best case scenario, that doesn't happen. We need the sandwich to focus on other things than
Yeah.
us. So let's give her a target.
I
A cute
intend to.
pink-haired one.
I'm
And more importantly, if all goes well and she holds her own, then her and Jackson can be besties. He can give her everything she wants. And
Jackson
we
doesn't-
still made a friend.
Jackson doesn't want anything to do with her.
I understand
Oh.
that, but Jackson doesn't know what we know. And now I have enough information to fully lay out the grand scheme of things. We need someone to hunt the La Sombra.
I need you to give her a different target, and I'm going to tell her private that I need her to take out Rose.
Hey, that was already at the top of my list. She is in fact La Sombra, and guess what? We've got her in a nice holding cell. We'll let her free. Oh, bye, Rose. Hope you had a good time being our prisoner. Don't get tripped on the 8-year-old who's gonna kill you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I really don't want Ava knowing that.
Okay, well, we don't have to tell Ava. The plan is just to begin the process. Her help. Get Jackson to understand what's going on. Enlist Emmy's help as a way to ensure she gets a place on the Ventru board. But we need somebody with more manpower. The three of us can't hunt the La Sombra.
Yeah, I know.
Then we take our dear, dear friend Layla that we also love so dearly and for whatever fucking reason to continue to work with, we also put her on the La Sombra. Everybody works against the same enemy for their own reasons.
I need names.
Well,
That's what I need.
Well, I'm going to work on some meditation tactics with Ava, and we're going to see if we can't recall that little vision and if we can't get more information, yeah? One step at a time. We have some names right now. One lives and watches the bar. One is currently in a holding cell in a movie theater in South Chicago.
All right. So plan of action.
And you know what? We also have another person from that vision. Though maybe we'll put her on the bottom of the list because I think Mama Ava over there playing patty cake might have a breakdown.
I think Mama Ava needs to stop adopting problems.
I'm gonna have a fit.
You cannot stop adopting problems till you begin to fix your own, Ollie. And Ava can't face that yet.
I gather. Look, can you just pull Ava away for a moment? I really don't want her to know that I'm sending one of God's chosen.
Here's the thing. I think before we can bring Emmy into the whole thing, we do need to talk to Jackson. We need to ensure the deal that Emmy can earn her way back into the Ventru. But she doesn't do it until we have the help to stop this other infestation that we have.
she's gonna handle Rose
First.
for me.
Oh.
I'm gonna cleanse this Boone nonsense.
Okay, Ollie, I like this.
Like that.
It's like a trial run. She finishes off Rose. We know she's viable enough to pitch to Jackson.
Yeah.
And then you let me handle Jackson, because I have a few things I need to talk to him about.
Well, I mean, he said he wants me to be the judge, jury, and executioner here. So you can talk to him all you like, but it's my ass whether or not you say it or not.
It's not just about Emmy. Emmy is one piece of a much larger pie.
I think I gotta be there regardless.
I mean, I ain't saying you can't come. I just said I need to talk to Jackson. And if this is how you want her to prove so that you can give him a nod yes to make it happen, you at least know where my interests lie. Because we need her and the able-bodied that she keeps around her.
Well, I want to tell her before we go. So if you think you could draw the attention of Miss Eloise. Shit.
Patty cake, and you just as you're like mid your like 17th round of patty
Meet me at
cake.
this fucking swings.
Well, would Ava say anything, like ask him anything else, or are
that's a
you
good question.
just playing patty cake? I'm
Wind back the
curious.
clock. Is there conversation between Ava and Emmy?
Emmy, you've been around for a while. I'm curious how you've like gone about this thing of you being, you said it yourself, you're kind of a walking masquerade breach. How do you maintain the facade? How do you not let anybody find out? Do you change your hair every 10 years or something? Have you always had pink hair? Have you had to change it?
I didn't always have pink hair. I think I told you this last time. I had a Tremere change it for me.
You did?
Because pink isn't my natural hair color.
No, not many are born with pink hair.
I don't think anyone is born with pink hair. Are there people born with pink hair?
I can't say I know any.
Hmm.
You had a Tremere friend. Are they still around?
Is that person still around?
I'll leave it up to you.
Are they in Chicago?
Well, I hope they're still around, but I don't know.
Okay, just curious.
I've been a little out of the loop, one might say.
Do you have like any other kindred friends?
I
Or is it-
mean, there are some people who still I would consider friends, but maybe they don't want to tell people they're my friend. Know what I'm saying?
Like Needles? Is he your friend?
Yeah. But, I mean, you ask a lot of questions, Ava, that I think you know the answer to. How do you think I get people to think I'm a little kid? Or that I'm their child? That I belong somewhere?
Yeah.
I compel them. I make them think that. I make them want it. And they truly do.
Yes,
You might
I
not want to do this, but there's a lot of people who want to be moms who can't. Or they lose their kid. The only
kinda know
problem
that
is
feeling.
I can't stay with them for a long time. So I have to figure out a way to wipe their memory and move forward to the next family. It would be nice to just stay with one family forever.
Well,
Maybe you guys can be my family.
I have been known to adopt little ones into my family, but
Who have you adopted?
uh, well, there's this La Sombra girl who got turned recently. I haven't seen her in a while. She did something that she wasn't supposed to do, and I got mad at her and I yelled at her. And I tried to use my powers on her, and that probably wasn't the right thing to do to somebody who you're trying to, mother. And she ran away. So I haven't seen her
So your
since.
child ran away.
Yes, and then the other one, he's a thin blood, and they're not really liked much in the city. So I'm trying to keep him safe and protected. And
Is he safe? Is he protected?
Yes, actually, he's doing quite well. Got him a job, and he's keeping under the radar so that nobody finds him. And thin blood are very misunderstood in Chicago. That'll change one day.
Why do you think that will change?
Because I don't know if we told her about because there'll eventually be new leadership that is a lot more progressive than the current leadership.
I see.
Yes,
I like progressive.
I do too.
You hear in the distance.
It sounds like I'm being called.
Apparently.
Wow, it was
I guess
very,
our
very.
patty caking will have to happen again later.
Yes. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Finger guns.
You just hear Emmy like is talking to her stuffed animal, and she's like,
Yeah, a little bit of a dysfunctional family, but so are we.
Ava, make me a wits awareness.
Oh, this is all I be rolling tonight. All right. What's awareness?
It's just like perception in D&D. You just need so useful.
I know. Every time
Are you gonna leave it or keep it?
I'm gonna leave it.
Okay, no problem. You don't notice anything.
Okay.
You walk over to Dakota as she's shouting for you. Dakota, she came over very easily and very quickly. That was didn't require any effort.
I drag her to the swing so we give some real space between Ollie and Emmy.
Ollie, you approach Emmy, I imagine.
Hey, I'm not gonna play patty cake with you. I will sit down with you in lamb chop though.
All right.
I'll speak.
You sit down on the merry-go-round and just kind of like knees up high, just kind of grab a seat in the merry-go-round as it kind of tilts a bit. and Emmy sit somewhere nearby at a slight angle.
Not particularly a big fan of the whole Boone everything. It's really foreign. It feels kind of shoehorned into my existence, but it's a way that most kindred seem to live. So, Jackson asked me to make a decision on you. I want to make a decision on you, but I need something. I need 2 favors, and we'll call it even.
All right. What are the favors?
Ava can't know about it because Ava has a
Ooh.
problem.
But you guys do know that you're like a coterie, right?
We do, but we're not all always banging on all cylinders.
Banging on all cylinders.
We're not fully functional.
Oh, like your dysfunctional family. I heard a
Yeah.
little bit about it from Ava.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're slightly familiar. That makes sense. Best families, all slightly dysfunctional. Look, here nor there.
Okay.
There is a kindred that has made personal hits against my people. I need you to remove her from this world, or your people to remove her from this world, and that is my first ask.
Well, that is a dangerous thing, trying to remove another kindred.
It is, but we are too eloped into this for me to do it myself. And Ava was personally asked by someone significantly older than all of us combined to ensure our personal safety.
So then why would you go against that?
I did it for Ava's sake, because if it was up to me, I would have put her in the ground a long time ago.
Well, sometimes the older vampires are a little bit more wiser.
Emmy, you would know of Cretius, a Methuselah who lives and teaches in Chicago. He is from ancient Greece, and he walks with modern kindred to this day.
Yeah.
There is a significantly larger threat that you will find yourself eloping with here in Chicago after you meet with Jackson. And you'll discover that it's a potential looming issue for everyone.
But see, the problem is, if someone was, certain generation kindred is asking you for something, and you go against that, that's pretty dangerous.
They didn't ask
It's
me.
more than just asking for a kindred to be removed.
They asked Ava, and Ava did her job. She made
But
sure that
Ava
she
is
survived.
part of your coterie, so if Ava's asked, you're asked. That's kind of
You're
how
right.
the whole thing works.
Sort of right, but if you want my golden go-ahead, that's what I need done.
So tell me more about this person you want me to get rid of.
Her name's Rose. She's a Lissombra. And she walked into my establishment, my place of work, and she put a Lissombra effect or curse or spell or what have you on someone who means a lot to me. And I had to break my back, ensuring that his life continued.
Isn't that Ava's child?
Rose? No.
Okay.
Ava doesn't have a child.
Well, she
she has
just told me
people-
about 2 children that she has.
Oh, you mean she finds these thin bloods that she takes under her wing, and then she mothers them to death till they run away.
It's another I can fix the moment.
All right.
Did
Was
she
this
tell you
the
that
one
she
that
lost
ran
them?
away?
No.
Or one of them, she said run away. And the other one, I think she said he's safe, which is
Oh yeah, Nelson.
good, I think.
He's an alright kid, so far as I can tell. But the one she's talking about, her name is Celia. She's a Lissombra.
Oh.
Best I can tell, anyway. Or maybe she's a thin blood and she's got some extra juju going on.
You wouldn't
But
know.
no.
This name
Do I
wouldn't
know
ring a bell
either
to
of
you.
those
Nope.
names?
Nope. Celia,
wouldn't think
no,
so.
no idea.
And
But
Nelson?
Rose,
Nelson, also no idea.
Okay, didn't think so.
Rose is, I don't know. She's an older blood than myself. I don't know what and how old, but I know that she's a problem. And she had all the events happen over at her club. It's in the rack. We were just talking about it over there.
Mm-hmm.
She's currently holed up in our theater, and we're gonna have to let her go.
Okay. When are you planning to let her go?
Pretty much as soon as possible. But If you and, well, if some of your guys want to tailor and handle her, I assure you that she is owed far more than an easy death.
So you say I can have a little fun with it then?
I think if you can make sure that she is dusted by the end of it, I don't care what you do to her.
All right. Deal.
That's the first ask.
First ask, there's more?
Yeah. The second ask is, you're the only person that knew my mom. And I don't really have a strong memory of my mom.
Hmm.
So I want you to tell me about her.
Well, she was not very exciting. I mean, she did like green. She wore green a lot. She had lots of green things. So I'm assuming she liked green. And when she wasn't doing things that was requested of her, she really liked those old 50s movies. The really cheesy ones.
Yeah. Did you find her one day?
No, not really. I might not have been the first person to use her as a ghoul, but she
You were
got
the
me the
last.
information I needed. Like I said, it wasn't anything personal. It was business.
Yeah, it never is. Hey, do you remember you were gathering information on the La Sombra? Do you remember the name of that kindred?
Do I remember the name of the kindred?
No, because you never really got it.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I don't have a name.
Do you remember what you were trying to gather on him?
A new power moved into the city. You needed to figure out exactly who and what they were.
She says that.
Okay. His name was Rudy, for the record. Not that I know if that has any value to anymore, but his name was Rudy.
That name does not.
I don't know that name.
And
It seems a lot has changed since I was around here.
yeah. And to answer your previous question earlier, Needles, I think, is all right.
That's
He's
good.
probably a bit fucked up. He's going to have some trauma, for sure. You know, being tortured for months, I think. But I sent him to be with the other Nas in the sewers. And I imagine that if he needed to be found, I could probably find him at least through the courtesy of the Primogen.
That would be helpful for me.
I can put a word out. I'm going to meet with Jackson likely in the next couple of days. We put a line out a few days ago to see if we can arrange this, and he's not exactly meet the night of kind of guy. I want to speak on your behalf immediately. So if you can make a move on Rose sooner before later, then I'll speak on your behalf positively. I don't know what you intend to do. Just make her disappear forever. I don't need the details. I just need her gone.
Is there anything else I should know about this, Rose?
Yeah. Her blood is tied to someone much older. I think maybe even older than Cretius. So what happens to her, that person knows. So I wouldn't play too many games.
That makes it a little bit more complicated.
It does.
And Emmy looks like she's plotting, but she's very evilly grinning.
Is this something that you can agree to?
I can certainly try.
Okay. Then I'll step to the board and I'll step to Jackson. And I'll speak on your behalf.
We'll get to
You'll know when it's completed.
We'll get it to exactly what Emmy does here in a little bit. Certainly before episode's end. Is there more conversation between Ollie and Emmy, or should we see what Ava and Dakota have been chatting about?
Can you, in future meetups, can you send someone, I don't know, brighter, someone that's not gonna play games with yarn? I mean, I guess
Oh,
like
the
the
queen. You don't
fortune
like
teller
the
was.
game with the yarn?
I
It's so fun. It's one of my favorites. Well, it's not my
I'm
favorite, but it's
I'm
one of them.
way more of a brute strength kind of guy. Okay, we all got kind of lost in the
Hmm.
sauce there. We didn't know what was going on. It was just
Okay.
yarn.
I know what to do. Okay.
All right, thank you. Short of that, I guess after you fix your situation, if you decide to come to the pub, I'll have a table for you where you won't be bothered by everyone else.
Oh, fancy. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Unless there's anything else that you wanna talk about, I think Ollie's good.
I think we're good.
Even, and ends maybe even then, like, yeah. Well, and as you're about to like go see what Dakota and Ava has done, we watch as time rewinds. But our shift in perspective moves over to Dakota and Ava, who step away. And maybe even more away than you were initially, so Ava doesn't really have eyes on the meeting at all.
Yeah, I don't want her eyes, and honestly, I really would like to get where there is the least amount of mooks. Where's the least
Yeah,
least
you
amount
go
of
out
mooks?
like a good 200 feet or so.
Great, yeah, and I force Ava to, like, I don't know, we sit down on like a park bench or something. And
Plenty of those.
I'm just gonna wait it out. Let's see if Ava has anything to say, because I know silence makes her
Actually, as you
nervous.
make your way over to the bench, is a homeless individual sleeping on it.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna mess him.
Sorry, I gotta make my world real.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
There must be another
There's plenty
bench.
of walking past. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
more
we'll take a
benches
walk
as you
up
go
at
down. You
another
go for a
bench. Yeah,
walk.
we're not gonna wake this
As
poor
you're
man.
like, I know there's a bench up here, and you round the corner to see the bench is currently occupied. You're like, all right, let's just keep walking. And so you keep walking, but the conversation kind of begins at this moment.
So I assume we're taking this whole deal with Emmy and giving the thumbs up to Jackson. Is that what we're going forward with?
I literally don't know. Ollie said he needed to speak with Emmy, and I was like, dope. I have big thoughts on how things should be handled, but the truth of the matter is, Emmy is her own woman, and Ollie is due a boon and has been given the ultimate say by Jackson what happens to Emmy. So really,
It's up to Mr. Hopkins. Yes.
it's up to Mr. Oliver Hopkins. But that being said, Ava, I don't know the plan. I only know I only know that opportunity is available if Emmy joins us.
So you think Emmy should join us?
I think that we desperately need Emmy right now in our current situation.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm like personally, I'm not against trying to help Emmy, but to me it just seems more of it's a harder ask than the latter of just taking care of her, you know?
Of course.
She already like made her bed with the Ventru, and we're like have to take a lot of steps to get her back in with the Ventru.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like you know a little bit of something about falling out with your clan and having the opportunity to come back.
I do, yes. And it doesn't work out for everybody.
Sure. It's not supposed to work out for everybody. It's just supposed to work out for us, Ava. More importantly, last night while you were laid out on a bunch of boxes in the projector booth, I really considered staking you through the heart.
Oh.
In hopes of really solving some of our current issues. So when I say that it is time to begin exhausting all of our options, Ava Heloise, I mean it. And you would think in your current situation with your dire obsession and your weird little notebook that doesn't tell you anything, that you too would be attempting to see past the obvious and be looking for every opportunity. Unless, of course, you've already decided that you're not going to make it until the end. Because see,
Maybe
I live a survivor's mentality. I always make it past the end. But you,
I've read a lot of stories, Dakota. I wrote a lot of books, a lot of beautifully written yet tragic stories. And sometimes stories do have tragedy in the end.
And so you're a tragic story.
It is part of my Toreador curse, I guess.
Or are you actually in a love story? I am not sure which one you're actually. Which
Maybe
one is
both.
it? Oh, a tragic
Love stories
story.
can be tragic,
I
yes.
totally agree. I think what I'm trying to say, Ava, is your life is not a book. It's not written by somebody else. It's not based on structured narratives, climaxes, or epilogues. See, I've read a lot of books too, Ava. You are a person who gets to choose how their life plays out. And if you continue to allow the sandwich and Saito and his fucking book tell you that your life is a tragedy, then your story is written by somebody else. So step the fuck up. Be the Ava Heloise I know and love. And write your own fucking story. And fucking fight for it. Exhaust all of your options. Sacrifice the 8-year-old. Potentially 800-year-old. Just go out there on a limb. And stop being told that your life is what it is. Because if my life was what everybody else told me it was gonna be, I would have died on some train with a heroin needle in my arm. So.
Well, you're the second person this week to tell me that. So,
at what point is the Oracle's prodigal child going to see that as a sign?
all right then. Fine. I choose the narrative. We play this game. We work with Emmy.
Oh, the game's so much bigger than Emmy, Ava, but it's a great start.
Yes.
I have another game I'd like to play.
I've already played enough games. I had to play 6 rounds of patty cake.
I understand, but this is a special game between you and the sandwich.
Oh, great.
I'd like you to start feeding her misinformation. I want you to get really good at lying, Ava Heloise. And I want you to consistently misdirect her. And not in the obvious way, so we'll talk a little bit about espionage at a later date, okay? But until
I'm good at lying, but not to authority.
Who
That's
said
the problem.
she's the authority? That is
she's
all about a mindset, Ava Heloise.
She's really powerful and scary. And can probably kill all of us.
Sure. But you don't have to fear her. Or respect her. Because in the end, she is nothing without you, and Rose, and Rudy, and her whole little circle of 12. She is nothing.
All right, well.
So, find your value, Ava Heloise, because it is big and vast, and probably worth more than the heels on your feet. So, start fucking acting like it. And maybe she will find a new respect for you.
All right. I'll get my best lying face on for the shadow.
Great. I'm gonna
Whatever you just said, it cut out, but
I said great, and I think Dakota will get up and start pushing Ava on the swing or whatever we're sitting on. If it's a bench, obviously, but if we're on a swing or something, Dakota will just kind of go back to some level of normalcy. Because Dakota said her piece. She just needs Ava to.
Well, then eventually the coterie and Emmy would all come back together for the evening. If there's anything else that need to be said between the 4 of you, now's the time. Otherwise, we may cut from this particular day. Everybody good? All right. The meeting ends peacefully, and the night goes on as it would. You return back
we hit
to.
a Saito bar. Oh shit!
Oh shit!
I don't know when that happened. I'm so sorry.
Oh shit!
Yeah, all right, good to know. Good to know.
I'm
Nice.
so
I'll
sorry. I
keep in
missed
mind.
it. I missed it. Chad, you
Hell
gotta
yeah.
remind me.
I'll keep it in mind. You guys all separate, head back to the Lights Out pub. As you arrive back at the Lights Out pub, it's been maybe probably 3-4 hours, and rush hour for the most part has tapered off as you're now moving into the later night evening crowd. And there's Grant, waving at you all as you're coming in, cleaning things. But kind of just more paying attention to the cooking and whatnot. If this is where we kind of separate, I'd like to once again kind of move forward a couple of days again.
That's fine. I mean,
Uh-oh.
yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Sure. I don't think I have
'Cause
anything time sensitive other than
in
speak to
between-
Jackson.
Yeah. And in between those 2 days, Emmy, they leave. And you're sat in the park alone. Your mooks mostly come out of the hedges that they were standing behind, and they don't particularly interact with you unless you specifically begin to interact with them. But your mind is left reeling with an evil grin and thoughts flowing through them. You know that Rose is being held prisoner at the bottom of their movie theater. You know which movie theater you're speaking of because Ollie gave you that information. How is Emmy planning on dealing with this to uphold her end of the bargain?
I think she doesn't. Well, she knows that this is a kindred, right?
Mm-hmm.
La Sombra specifically.
Mhm.
She kind of knows what La Sombra are known for to some extent.
Would Ollie have told her that there are lights all over her and there are 0 shadows around her? So you would know she's at a point where she literally could barely defend herself.
Yeah. I think that Emmy is not going to do this herself.
She's going to send her mooks in.
Yeah, she's going to submerge a directive and make them rationalize why
Sure.
they need to do that.
Are you having them carry out the act there? Are you having them kidnap her and carry out the act elsewhere? You could also have them kidnap her and carry her back to you
We
if
could
you
also
wanted to
just
do something.
Free her, and you could pick her up on the street. She won't
I
be
mean,
under
you
the
could
light,
do
but
that stuff. You could also.
That would be.
I mean, you could also
less.
diablerize her if you wanted to.
I think it is to first get her in a state that she's
Absolutely.
non-compromising.
So when we hear that narration from Maggie, get her the first things first. Get her into a state where she's non-compromising. And as that narration kind of fills, our vision fills. We're in the basement of the theater, and we see the door up the stairs swing open as 2 larger people make their way down, only lit by the back illumination of the upstairs. They make their way down the stairs, and one quickly pulls a gun while the other pulls a stake. They clearly see the target, and wordlessly they step in, surprising Rose that this is anybody's even arrived at this hour. And before she can even level a defense or a squeak from her lips, the one with the stake slides it between her ribs, and she's in torpor instantly.
And then she will diablerize her.
Where do you do it? Are you there with them, or do you have them bring her back to you?
Bring her back to me.
And so they tie her up, gag her, and carry her off into the night. Our vision blurs and for a moment remains in darkness until where is Emmy doing this act? Is it in the playground? Is this happening all on the same
this
night?
time?
Yeah, sure.
I do think it would all happen in one night. It's got to be swift.
Absolutely.
It's got to be quick. And it's got to be something where she knows Ollie's doing his work at his, at his restaurant. And like they aren't, I think it's even one of those things where she tells him to let her go, but she wants it to be, he comes back and she's just already gone. Like, as a
I mean, it's
surprise.
just that quick. You're just again, a subtle show of your power, your age, your knowledge. You're not a rookie. You're a pro more than they ever are. You have
there's a little
100
present
years
left
on them.
behind inside of the crate that they've been keeping her in.
Oh, and what is the present? What'd you leave?
Well, he'll have to find out when he.
Okay. When they
gets
get there. All right, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
So I apologize. Where do you want to commit the act of diablerie? Is it in the playground?
I think it is not in the playground.
Okay,
It is
where would you do?
somewhere that Emmy does not frequent often. I think she's going to take her into the sewer. Do it there.
Do it there, really out of just kind of have her dragged deep down, probably on the border or maybe even in Gary's territory specifically to have it done.
Yeah.
And so
Some are very private and
the act of
well
diablerie
lit in that space.
just to be absolutely sure. And so and dragged into a small area of the Gary sewer where water trickles and rats scamper by. The lifeless, the unmoving body of Rose is dropped haphazardly and unceremoniously into a small, shallow puddle of sewer water. Her hair immediately getting wet and matted, and you watch as her clothes soak as Emmy straddles it like a child would to make sure the water doesn't touch her nice shoes. And below her drops Rose. You smile, and I imagine your fangs slide through your gums as you dip down and sink them into her neck wordlessly. In that, you slake your hunger completely. If there's any hunger at all, you immediately go down to 0. You're not hungry even one bit because you are imbibing the soul, or what's the remnants of the soul, to another. Then I need you to take win a number. I need you to make me a number of 2 total strength and resolve tests. 2 separate strength resolve tests.
Okay, strength and resolve. Not.
You can always spend. I believe you can spend a blood point rouse and add 2d10 to a diablerie pool check. I believe that's allowed.
I would like
so you
to
could
do that.
if go ahead. Make
So
it 1 rouse check.
Where's that? Rouse check. Okay, rouse check. 1
Okay.
success.
Yep. You don't get any hunger. So add 2d10 to that pool.
Okay.
But I think it says bonuses. You just have +2 or whatever it is.
So where do when I click this, is it gonna roll?
Yeah. So
Gotta-
you might just have to because it's
So when
strength and resolve.
I say strength resolve. You should still be able to choose them in that order, and then it'll have a modifier box that pops up, and you can put 2 on it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out
does
where
her
I
bonus
can
dice
do-
change
do I
based
just-
on her generation?
You are absolutely correct, and she is not your generation. Good question. Let me look something up real quick.
Yeah, I think
So
she
just
gets
click
bigger
strength,
bonus.
and then
She
I
does, she
can
definitely
add my
does.
extra bonuses to it, or what?
If
Yeah,
you
hang on
hit
a second.
strength, you should be able to select the next attribute, which is resolve.
Resolve. Yeah.
And then hit submit, and the next box will give you like a number drop down where you can put 2.
Yeah.
Or
So I can
whatever the
add 2
total
plus
number is.
whatever the extra.
Yeah, but math is
that I
saying you
need.
may get more than 2. So.
Yeah, I'm looking at it up too. So we're doing 5th edition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
1 second.
Math is, I think, it's got a book. Oh, I guess I could look it up in Roll20 too. We have the compendium.
I could have done that too. Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Why didn't it show
215.
up?
And if I'm not mistaken, Emmy's like 9th or 10th gen.
Correct.
I'm 9th.
Yeah, I think you get a bigger pool. I think it's like 3 or 4 dice.
Yeah, you are gonna get 3. It looks like.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
5. All right. Lucy wants to see. Are you excited, Lucy? We're gonna do it,
Aw.
or we're not. One or the other.
To completely
You
train
might
another
die.
kindred.
All
Okay,
right.
so yeah, first roll, please.
Difficulty.
It'll be difficulty 3 for both rolls. Okay, you succeed the
4.
first one. Now I need another one. If you want to rouse the
I'm
blood
gonna let
again,
you
you may do
strength
so.
is not my best.
Man, I've never had to. Dakota's never done Diablerie, but like if it's strength resolve, she might actually be able to Diablerize someone.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
were
number
good
of
at
strength.
it.
It's a number of strength resolves tests equal to the victim's blood potency.
Ooh, y'all. That's a big pull even without.
Did you say I
rouse.
need to add willpower?
No.
You can rouse. If you
you
want to
can
do for
rouse
your second
again.
roll, you can rouse
Okay,
again.
I want to rouse again.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that to add the extra die. Potentially. Wait, where's my rouse?
It should be right under your hunger bar, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
It is my hunger bar now.
It should be hunger bar sits right under your skills, your skill listing. It's right next to your humanity and resonance and on the character sheet.
Oh, I see it now. Here we go. I've rolled it before.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, 1.
Nice.
Only get the.
You
Yeah,
get no
okay.
hunger
3.
from any of that.
You get an extra 3 dice.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Strength. That's resolve.
That's like that's the temptation of going older
I
generation
can't add
because your rouse check is
enough
like
dice, so I'm supposed to get +6 here, but I can't.
No, +3.
+3 because your +3 from the last one doesn't carry over to the new roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you're re-rolling for another +3.
And then I got the. Okay.
So you didn't get any hungrier. So you're gonna roll the same exact
Yeah, it's the
pool
same
you
exact
rolled
pool.
last time.
Oh, same. Oh, so.
Yep.
Same exact.
So you basically do the same one.
And then 3. All right. 7.
You critically
Wow.
succeed. So that
Holy
ensures that the victim's spark of life doesn't vanish under the attempts of diablerie. First, before we do anything else, Emmy loses a humanity point. I don't know if we ever dictated where she was.
We did.
Okay, so drop 1. Then I need you to make me another roll. This time, you need to make a humanity plus blood potency roll versus my resolve blood potency. It's going to be a much smaller pool, I imagine, but yours is going to be whatever your humanity score is now. So it's either 5 or 4, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Plus your blood
and
potency.
So it goes down 1, you said?
Yeah, your humanity is going to go down
4.
1. So you're going to have
Yeah.
4 plus your blood potency, which is 5.
Okay.
So you're going to have a pool of
So
90,
9.
10. Yep. And you can't rouse to add to this pool.
Okay.
And I need to roll a much smaller pool than that.
All right. Where's the best place to roll this? 9.
I'm just going to type /roll into the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I need to roll resolve blood potency. Okay.
Should we let him go first?
I think you should
bet.
get it.
What's
so you,
the more
so he can see.
suspenseful? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Can
You
you
roll
roll
first then. I've got it
Yeah.
typed in. Oh, I think I hit enter. You're gonna
Oh,
see my
well.
oh god, I rolled 2 successes.
Oh.
So
You got
no,
3.
3
You got
successes.
3.
3.
You got 3 successes.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've rolled comparatively, and for every success roll, even if the contest fails, it gives you 5 experience points to immediately spend on increasing blood potency to a maximum up to the victim's blood potency, which you already surpass. So you can't quite, it doesn't really matter so much. These experience points are kind of going to be left to the wind, essentially.
Okay. I don't get it
Or
anymore.
on disciplines known by the victim.
Correct.
So actually, you could take these experience points and immediately learn some of their disciplines, which if you want to do, we can do that after the game. We don't have to do it right
Ooh,
this second.
Yeah, that sounds
So
good.
just write down right now. It's their every success rolled. Okay, so you rolled 3 successes. You're gonna get 15 experience points to spend on basically Lasombra disciplines that you want. That will go over what she had access.
That's
to.
not horrifying at all.
Actually, that will be really cool for Emmy because
Yep.
the Lasombra stuff is interesting.
You only get access to the powers she had access to, but it's still like, hey, that's not bad. So you don't lose an additional point of humanity because you did not fail your roll. If the victim was of lower generation, the Diablos, you don't lower your generation by 1. And that's pretty much it for you. So
What
you
is
gain...
the battle like, or is it because she's Tarpored that like there's not?
She's torpored. She can't do anything. She is just sat there, and that's like one of the things with Diablerie is you really need them to be not moving. So because otherwise, every round of you rolling or every check you make is a round, and it's a round they can try and push you off of them. But because you walked in with her, stabbed her right away, staked, she couldn't move. She could not fight at all. And so as you Diablerize her and you gain this 15 experience to spend on Lasombra stuff, you are going to end up with a black veins mixed into your aura. Should anybody use detect aura on you, they will persist for a year over this Diablerie. Now, again, it's not a huge deal because it's unlike old school vampire. Detect aura isn't like a first level ability. It's actually something you have to it's either second or third level. So it's not like everybody with Auspex can just check out people's auras, but it's still, those who have the prince usually has their sheriff who will look them all over and stuff. But don't worry about that. We will look over again her disciplines. I'll give you a quick look at what you can choose from. Let me just make sure I don't miss anything else for you. If the contest fails, you didn't fail anything. The Albert loses, if you had failed again on that one, you would have lost another humanity. That's not a big deal. If the victim was of lower generation, they weren't. Yep, that's it. Okay. And you can see kind of like as the generations, you climb in generations, those below you are like, it becomes harder and harder and harder to climb that generational ladder because those you need to Diablerize to change your generation or end up being way older and way stronger as you climb. Really, 9th, 10th, it becomes a lot more difficult. But still, you gain access to Lasombra powers. You slake your hunger entirely. You are at 0 hunger. And for a little while, maybe a week or so, I imagine, we can talk about whether Emmy's Diablerized in the past or not. But there's this remnant, consistent for a little while, in the back of your mind, or sometimes thoughts that don't feel like your own might bubble forth, or even Rose's own voice whispering on a wind that's not there, lingers as part of her was imbibed and is now being made one with the blood of yours. And so her own thoughts and independence, until they are evaporated and disappear and become one with Emmy, they linger occasionally. Never influential, never take over, but a reminder for a little bit that you took in a soul. As that scene ends, we'll say the night is coming to a close. And maybe the crew, when would the crew return back to the movie theater to check on Rose?
Well, for us to not look guilty, we'd have to do it frequently.
Right. I'm saying, would you go this night after the meeting with Emmy?
Yeah. Oh no,
Going
the
back
night
to
the night of the meeting with Emmy? No, I would do
No,
the
the
next
night after?
Yeah, I would do
So-
late the next night. I'd swing by like, oh, I'm just gonna check on her. Oops, she's not
So
there.
yeah, no, exactly. That's what so whoever swings by, as you make your way down, this is the next night, as you make your way down the movie theater stairs, in the cage is obviously Rose's MIA, missing, but there's something in the cage in its place.
Oh.
Emmy, what did you leave?
It is a very colorful wrapped box.
Does it have Ollie's name on it?
Does not have anyone's name on it.
Well, we know Dakota really shouldn't open boxes she's been given. We learned that with the first box she was given. So I think if nobody comes with, like, yeah, exactly, yeah, Dakota would come this way because it heads to the train yard, right? So maybe it's like late. She's just checking on the gather happening, and if anybody swung by for the night. But like, if I see the box, I will not open it or shake it until I take it back to Ollie. I would be very ginger with it. Maybe I slip it in my backpack or something.
And as you swing by every night to your gather, there's always been at least a couple of gangle there, either having a conversation. Sometimes it's a few more, but unless you, there's not everybody's come together in one gathering quite yet. Really kind of just making sure everybody has time to make their way into the city, and people like to swing by.
I imagine since we actually like meet for the big gather when the moon is the slimmest, right? When it's the smallest, when it's the darkest at night, that it's like the week leading up to it is like a build to, you know, the
and you always see very often a new face or somebody you haven't seen in a while is kind of strolling in.
That makes Dakota so happy. I'm gonna start. You know what? I think Dakota privately will start taking a census. She needs it.
Okay, absolutely. I'll get you a number then. I want to count the ones I know for sure, and then any other extras.
And anyone that might stumble through, but like I think Dakota starts a little bit of like a private gangrel database in a journal somewhere to help her better understand these people.
Fully understood. I will get you like an actual solid number because I don't want to give you one that's just like not right.
Sure.
So you have the box, and the night kind of comes to an end, and we'll move on to the second night. And this will be where the coterie probably gathers all together at the Lights Out pub for the first time in a couple of nights. As again, there's a lot of little businesses you all tend to that you have to. You got your own shit to take care of. But as Ava and Ollie would probably be the first ones there. Not too long after, Dakota would be walking in the back door carrying a rather large, colorful box.
I hand it
large,
to
colorfully
Ollie.
wrapped box.
Yeah, it's no, I'm not opening the present. That goes to Ollie.
It looks like it's like bright yellow with red and blue polka dots. It's just very colorful.
You just hear Grant, whoa, I didn't know it was my birthday. Hey, thanks, Red. What'd you get me?
This one's for Ollie. Ollie from our very little friend.
All right.
Ava, you're obviously there, so you know.
Yeah. What gift could she have gotten Ollie?
I don't know.
Don't leave us hanging in suspense.
Yeah, I didn't even shake it.
Yeah, sure. I open it, but I kind of want to look in before anyone else can see, just inside, just in case I have to disguise this. So I crack open the box and I look inside. What do I see inside?
You look inside, which side do you open it on? Because that depends on what
top.
it will look like.
It's probably like the top side.
You open the top and you look at the top.
Yeah.
There looks like there's 6 holes on the top, but they look like they're a little covered.
Oh,
on the top of the lid?
When he looks inside the wrapping, like you're looking in between the wrapping and what's inside.
Uh-huh.
It looks like there's like some kind of container, and inside is like 6 holes.
Huh.
Oh.
Okay.
Just
I investigate further.
Thing.
Do you unwrap it? Do you like fully unwrap it then?
Sure, yeah.
You fully unwrap it, and now you can see that there are 6 holes. They're kind of covered lightly on top, and it's like a box. It's like a rectangular box that's like a bright red, and there are like 6 holes, and then on the underside is like a little mallet.
Oh, God.
that is like a
Ollie,
blue and white mallet.
You need this. Is there an on button? I turn it on immediately. You need this. You should take this hammer and I put that and just whack it.
Is it clicking with Ollie what this is yet?
Yes.
Somebody thinks, this
Is there
would
an
be
on
really
button
good
on
for
this
your
thing?
aggression.
Sure.
If
I
there's
like
a switch,
just
once there's a switch,
because Dot said that, I'm down
There's
with it.
got to
having
be
a switch.
something that like
got some batteries in it.
There's
Yeah,
little
yeah.
music
Yeah,
that
it
plays.
starts making music. Yeah, I love
And then all of a
that. I'm
sudden,
here
with a
for
loud
it.
plastic sproing, a mole pops out of one of the holes.
get it on.
Yeah.
I do.
And it makes a sound when you do it. And then, the two more pop up, and it's whack-a-mole with hilarious, like, cheap sound effects powered by D batteries.
Now with extra sproing action.
One springs out
Some
again.
extra
Sounds like a
sproing
plastic
in your step.
crack.
Yeah.
One of them, the last mole, when the last one comes out, it has a little crown on its head.
Cute. Nice touch. I whack it.
Wacky.
It might give you recognition.
The crown?
Yes. Think about crowns. What would a crown signify?
La Sombra's a clan symbol.
Oh, it
is a
looks like the
crown.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
So it springs up and it jingles
I
a little
forgot to
bit.
tell both of you. This gift was in place of a very attractive La Sombra that wasn't in our cage anymore. Oops. Looks like she figured out a way to escape. I don't know what happened to her.
Oh.
Looks
She got
like
whacked though.
yeah, definitely got whacked.
God, she's fucking creepy.
I fucking love this girl. Are you kidding me?
Can someone explain to me what the fuck you're talking about?
No, I will not. Because it will endanger your life. Also, actually, I gotta talk to you about something, Grant. It's real serious.
Oh,
Can't do
God.
it in front of everybody, so you let me know when you got a spare minute. I think it's gonna help you out with your little dinner date problem.
My what problem?
Your dinner date.
Look, how do you know about
Your
that? That's not fair. You wait, boss.
just
I thought
fucking-
Why were we whispering if they knew?
Your voice carries, man.
yeah, it could be because you're yelling at everyone. I'm trying to keep it subtle here, Grant. Look, let
Just
me
press down
let me
all the time.
talk to you. Let me talk to you.
He's
Yeah.
like fine. He quickly unties his apron and
I like-
throws it to the side.
kind of like push-
again, never
push-
making
yeah.
eye contact with Ava the whole
Push
time.
him out of the room, and I'm gonna take him to one of the private hold
Yeah,
cells that Ollie has, and I close the door. I'm
Whoa.
like, all right, okay, Grant, I haven't told you this because I didn't want to break your heart.
Oh God, was Ollie joking? Was he
No.
just joshing me?
No,
I swear to God, I actually
No,
for a
he
second
was-
I believed him.
shut up and listen. You're gonna want to hear this. He was being serious. The big problem is, well, Ava only dates humans. So
Well,
she
I'm a
wasn't
human
giving
still,
you a
so-
chance because, if you change, if you accept the bite, she'll never love you.
Listen, I'll stay human as long as we get married. I don't give a damn.
I'm just saying, if you really, you're gonna have to choose, honestly.
I choose her.
Okay, so maybe leave. She's gonna be way more attracted to you.
Listen,
you
if she
just really
turns me down, though,
she's not going to. I promise.
how do you know this? Has
Because
she
if
been
you
secretly in
look
love
at
with me
her
for
and
so
tell
many
her
years?
that you are never, ever going to be interested in becoming a kindred, I'm sure that she'll hop right on the Grant train, toot toot.
That wasn't suspicious at all.
I think what I'm trying to tell you, Grant, is like, Ava has a type, and you don't really fit that type.
That's what I'm saying. I am the one that's gonna come in and I
Well,
can make her better, right?
I'm not disputing this. You are clearly the man for her, but you need to remain a man, if you know what I mean. So really give up the kindred antics, and I think she's just gonna become malleable hot butter in your hands. You know what I mean?
I'll let her know on our date that I will be forever human if she wants me.
I imagine that she won't be able to turn you down. But that's just
Better not be a big if I show
Look,
up
Grant,
and you're
Grant.
all there and you all just laugh at
Grant,
me.
look at me. This is me doing you a favor, right? Because she's never gonna tell you that. This
That's
is
why
like,
it's so
this
suspicious.
is like the things that me and Ava talk about sister to sister. I'm giving you the sister to sister insight, so you need to get with the fucking program, man.
She should have been hitting on me way earlier then.
But you kept talking about wanting to be a fucking kindred, dude.
Listen, this is all very suspect, but I'll give it a go. If
Grant,
she's like,
our entire
hell yeah.
lives are suspect.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if we sit down at dinner and she likes the way I look and she's like, you know what, Grant, honestly,
that human Grant, big.
I love your human body, you know, whatever it is she's going to say.
Oh,
I will be like, okay, I'll stay this way just for you. But if she's like, but only one date and only ever one date, well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to just like, okay, I guess I'll just stay human because maybe there's a chance.
Here's the other thing. You've seen the kind of guys Ava brings in. They're very clearly human, swooning gentlemen. But, you know, I didn't make that deal with you to get in shape because I wanted to make you a gang girl. I was trying to do you a solid, be your wingman, you know, get your physique.
It's so hard though when like you get free greasy burgers every day.
But you also have a boxing rink in your basement. Just show the fuck up.
You go to the boxing rink when you got a belly full of greasy burgers.
Okay, we'll eat the burger after, you dumbass.
But I'll be hungry when I'm working out.
Well, maybe it's good for you. I guess what I'm saying is, how bad do you want Ava Heloise?
We'll find out. If she hasn't yet to ask me on this supposed mythical unicorn date.
She's gonna trust me, Grant. She and I talked about it. She's looking forward to it. She told me about it while I pushed her on the swing in the park.
I don't believe you, but I believe you because there's a part of me that just
when I turned out to be the best
believe.
wingman of your life, you're gonna eat those words with your fucking nasty greasy burger.
You can be my best woman, all right?
Okay.
At our wedding, right?
Yeah, sure. I was just trying to swing to be your wingman.
Because then
right now,
I can maybe transfer, right? I can stop drinking boss's blood and I can drink my girlfriend's blood, and then we live happily ever after. Yep. Maybe we can, what was that, 8-year-old you said you went to go see? Yeah, bring her along. Have a whole nice family.
I did. Yeah, okay, you know what? Let's start small. Let's get this unicorn date. You give up
I got
the life
outfit all
of
picked
wanting
out.
to be
I
a
can't
kindred so that you could sacrifice yourself for your love for Ava Heloise.
I mean, if this is true, then yeah.
All right. Until then.
You keep making a point of saying that.
I do keep making a point because I need you to get it through your thick little head, which is currently full of fatty
Why
burger.
do you want Ava dating me so bad?
I don't. I just want her to get the fuck over Saito, and I thought maybe the charm of Grant will really change her ways.
I get it. Listen, I'll take a pity fuck. I don't care.
Don't call it that on the date, please, God. I'm begging you.
You think she'll marry me?
I think if you call yourself a pity fuck, she won't.
Well, I'm just putting it how you phrased it. You phrased it in a way where
I did not say it was a pity fuck.
Well, okay, sorry. Rebound. You want me to be her magical rebound?
I want you to break her pattern.
So many thoughts through my head when you said that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll do what I can. Like no one else ever has.
You're a good
I'll
man,
show her what
right?
my talents really lie.
I have zero doubts. Good man. Fucking good talk. I punched him
I
in the
picked out my outfit already. I'm gonna look so good.
Do you want me to see it first so I can actually?
Oh God, no! It's a surprise. I can't. Because you go tell it. You go ruin the surprise.
I'm not gonna fucking. Okay. You know what, Grant? I see that you don't really take my wingman status in.
I do.
No. I see you just fucking with me. Fine. You'll regret it if you don't listen to Dakota Rain.
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. You're over here
being
just
gaslit
taking
right
my
now?
words. Maybe. There's a possibility. Look, I have to do this for my day job. Get the fuck out of here and go flip a burger.
Okay.
I'm trying to do right by you. You know what I mean?
All right. Let's just go back, please. Maybe she'll ask me out tonight.
Maybe.
I am not gonna wait forever for her to ask me out.
I doubt it. I don't think you will. I think you're a very strong man who deserves.
I'm looking for those little like who gotchas in your little idea or whatever plan you got going on in that head.
Who gotchas?
Yeah, like you're gonna corner me like, you promised to be human, but she'll never ask you out on a date.
Grant, let me give you a little look into Dakota Rain. Shame and embarrassment really isn't my forte, since I lived for years of my life at the ass end of other people's jokes. So I'm not here to embarrass you or fuck you over.
Okay. I believe you. We'll see what happens if she ever asks. Shall we go back?
I opened the door like Vanna White for him.
Thanks, I gotta get to cooking. There's fucking people stealing their burgers, and boss is gonna get mad if I'm not in there too long.
Oh yeah, I don't want to upset boss, but he's got a whack-a-mole now.
Oh, that's true. What? So yeah,
A
you know, I meant to
whack
ask
a-
you what that
whack
was
a-
about, but like,
A whack a la sombra.
what?
A whack a shadow.
I'm gonna pretend I get
Go,
what
just
you're
get to
saying.
the fucking kitchen.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
And I'll
Haru's back
trail
over.
behind him and kind of like scoot up next to Ava and give her the eyes like, we gotta fucking talk.
Okay.
Not now. Be cool. Be cool. So, what's the plan tonight, gang?
I think I'm gonna man the kitchen.
Well, that'd
I'll
be
take
good,
over.
right? Take over. I'm
Yeah.
the manager.
Okay, well, I'm the owner.
We could just lay low tonight. It seems like there's been a lot of activity this week. Yeah.
Cool. You wanna go to the
Am
club?
I like part of the laying low? Like, am I
No,
involved
you're
in this?
flipping burgers with Ollie. You wanna go to the club?
Well, he just kicked me off the fucking stove.
I mean, you could stay back here and take some notes. Probably help you a little.
Actually,
Listen to me. We are not a 10-star Michelin tire guy kind of restaurant. We are
that
a
fucking
come in,
attitude.
get a slam burger, get out.
It's the problem. Wasn't designed that way. When it starts slipping, homie.
Don't you dare. I've been
That's
cooking
mine
this
and
way.
Ava's cute. Come on, Ava, let's go do something.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the club.
It's
The
a
one that
club
like
night.
that other guy that's there all the time.
Other guy.
Brett. Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Remember?
Yes.
Look, you know what? He's a kindred. Don't worry about him, Grant.
He's a kindred, yes.
Yeah,
as
he's a
most of the
kindred.
people we
Don't
spend
worry
time
about
with.
Yeah. None of that warm flesh
Yeah,
to
you know.
touch. That meaty, like still human body.
Come on, Ava, let's go to the club where there are lots of cold bodies. Cold bodies.
Okay.
But if you want a warm body, the bar has a lot of them. So feel free to come hang out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be back for those warm bodies later.
Oh my god, everybody's being so weird,
Come on,
and I
Ava,
hate
let's
this.
get the hell out of
Okay.
here.
Okay, fine. Are we not going to talk about how we just
No,
Are we not gonna just like figure? You just told me to get off the stove. It's like this conversation's happening at the same exact time as he
I
turns
got
to
it.
Ollie.
I got it, buddy. It's all right. Sometimes you just need something familiar, you know?
Go ahead, Ava.
are we just going to ignore the fact that we just got a gift from a small child with a whack-a-mole? All right, fine. All right, well, we'll just
Talk about it. We're gonna talk about it at the club, okay?
okay
Okay.
to the club.
We'll be back later, Ollie, from the club.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Good.
Me too, bud.
Okay.
I thought are you not pranking me or what is going on? Should I just ask Ava herself?
Wait,
Oh my
just-
god!
You know,
Just
when-
Ava, Heloise,
Be
before you
cool.
go.
Oh my
Be
god!
cool.
Oh god!
This-
Here we
this
go.
just
fleshy human
let him.
Okay.
really
okay.
wants to know, do you want they keep telling me we're gonna go out on a date. I'm getting a little impatient. You guys are immortal. I might die tomorrow. So like
Well, I hope you don't die tomorrow, Grant. Because yes, tomorrow night we can go on a date.
oh, hey, we get to go on a date tomorrow night. That's
Oh.
fantastic. You don't got anything planned, right? This isn't one of those like I've seen The Office. You ain't
you
trying
know
to
what?
avoid Michael Scott over here. I promise.
It is 1 second. It is Wacky Wednesday.
maybe you know,
At the club.
I
but
imagine that a gentleman like you
listen,
have
I have-
plans.
I do have plans. I have a wonderful reservation at Chateau de la Steakhouse. He keeps like turning to Ollie.
Don't worry, he told me all about it. He
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
picked
yeah.
out a real fancy joint.
I don't speak French, so I couldn't figure
Yeah.
out the name, but it was expensive.
okay. Sounds great then.
He said they said it's a black tie event. So
Yeah.
So Ava
That's
and I,
lovely.
we got to go shopping and get her a dress because that's what women do when they have nothing to do on a night.
this is why I'm manning the grill so that he can go pick up his suit.
Yes.
God.
Not one that I. Oh, yes.
Yes.
He can go pick up his suit,
I will go get it. I picked out
Yeah, go
a special tie.
custom tailored.
We are making promises I can't cash in on over here, boss.
Hey,
As long as it's not green.
No, God, no, God, no,
on that cue,
God.
we're
Well,
going
wait, but unless the green does something for you. Then maybe we can, have you ever LARPed role playing? We could, I could play whatever
Okay, we're gonna go
character-
shopping now. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you.
That
Bye,
sounds-
ladies.
that was a
Okay,
bad
come on,
was
and
that
I
a
like
bad
push
idea?
Ava out of the door before Grant ruins this for himself.
Oh, she seemed really into that idea.
Yeah, I told you she would. And I write down some stuff here. It's like I've got your measurements. I've already phoned this shit in. Just go in. It's already prepaid for.
I have nice clothes I picked out.
Yeah, no, I believe that, but this is it's a black tie event.
Well, yeah, but like I got a black, it's like a black bow tie.
Okay, it's not really what it means.
Well, yeah, but like it's a family heirloom. I got it off my
That's
grandfather
great.
after his funeral.
No,
That's
no.
disturbing. That is
Well, it
disturbing.
was my, it was like I needed something to remember him by.
Okay,
I haven't
well,
worn it since, so it might even still smell like some cologne.
keep it in a box. Keep it in that keepsake shadow box memory stuff.
Got it.
This will elevate you, and it will look good to the lady.
All right, my life is in your hands.
I've done all the light work. The heavy lifting is the conversation that you're going to have when you're there.
Oh, Dakota already told me the secret.
Okay. Care to enlighten me?
Oh, Ava, she loves humans apparently, and so as long as I tell her, like, because she apparently loves me, according to Dakota, and so if I tell her I'm gonna stay human, then she'll probably like marry me. So I was saying to her, like, to go, Dakota, maybe we can, I'll pitch this now in case, I do sweep her off her feet and she just can't stand to be away from me. We can move, I can take, instead of your blood, her blood. And then when we move in together, we have a nice wedding. And then maybe I'll say, as a joke, that 8-year-old you met, hey, we could give her a family, right? That'd be pretty sweet.
It's not a bad idea. It's a horrible idea.
No, what?
Have you heard the terminology put in the cart before the horse, right?
No. Listen, I know Ava.
Yes,
right?
yes or no.
Like, I know Ava. No, because I've already planned out how our conversation is going to go at dinner, and I'm going to convince her of all of her past traumas are not her fault, and I'm going to be there to
listen,
be like,
my friend.
hey,
Okay,
all
right.
I'm not.
I don't know how you're going to do this, but I am most certain that you're going to figure out a way to put your foot in your mouth and your head up your ass at the same time.
The plan is, by the end, she trusts me so much, she'll just never want to leave me.
Be honest with me for a moment, okay? When is the last time you went on a legitimate date?
Can you outline what a legitimate date counts as? Like, if doing like coke off a homeless guy's ass cheek, does that count as a date?
No. Also, it doesn't count when the date is over that you exchange money.
First of all, that's incredibly rude. They know my name.
Okay. All right. So we're touching on some topics here.
Listen, thanks to your blood, I'm super safe, so it don't matter to me.
Oh my God. Oh my
There's
God.
little benefits you don't really think about until you really put them into practice.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yes. Listen, go get the suit.
I will.
And she's not going to eat her food.
Okay.
And if she does, if she has to step away to get sick, it's not because of you. It's because of what we are. We can't really enjoy food the same way.
Okay, yeah, I remember you said that. Yeah.
Okay. And talk about you if she wants to know more about you.
Okay.
But find emotional, relatable levels.
So I shouldn't have my mom's ring the ready.
I wouldn't.
Okay, all right. But if she tells me she loves me, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hold back.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. If it goes that far and she says that, then, floodgates open.
You think she loves me?
I don't know if she's capable of that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what, Grant? If there's ever been a person that could do it, it might be you.
That's what I was telling Dakota. She seemed to doubt me very much.
It's not so much that I doubt you. It's just well, be honest, my friend, women are hard to read, and Ava Heloise is in another language.
See, that's why I'm like your best friend. Because, like, to me, women are super easy to read. So I'm here to help you with that, and you help me with the other more finer aspects and the details of things. That's why we make a good pair. And he like punches your shoulder gently. I'm gonna go get that suit.
Please.
I'm gonna look like crisp, and I'll even trim up what hair I got left.
My man.
And he unties his apron with confidence and tosses it on the nearby area. he's like, look, I haven't worked out and I'm still pretty strong. This is thanks to your blood.
Love you, buddy. Go get it taken care of.
Oh, I hope that's the only time I ever hear you say love me again, in the beginning of hearing Ava say, I'll see you later. And he walks out the back door.
He's going to die. He's going to die. And I don't know who's going to kill him. That's terrible.
And so the camera cuts once more to Dakota and Ava strolling away, with Ava being visibly confused.
Okay, I know you have questions. I will give you answers. Just be cool.
Okay, I am cool.
Okay. I convinced Grant that you have a particular taste in human men since your, Saito left us. It's like a trauma thing. And that it would be best for him to stop talking about wanting to become a kindred if he really wanted to get with you.
And he bought that?
Of course he fucking did. He's Grant.
Oh, gosh.
He's obsessed with you. He loves you. He was talking. No, you know what? I'm gonna spare us both that. He's excited about your date.
Clearly.
Do us all a favor and at least give him the benefit of the doubt. He's probably gonna propose. Tell him it's not a good time, maybe later. Just, you're good at stringing guys along. Just help him understand that, at least for a little while, we can stop worrying about him asking us about these things. And then maybe he'll realize he doesn't really like you all that much anyways.
Okay, so I'm going on a date with Grant so that
yep.
we can convince him to not turn into want to be a kindred. That's the goal here.
Yep. And that's why he was asking about Brett, Banana Hammock. I convinced him he has nothing to worry about because, of course, Banana Hammock is a kindred, and you don't even like vampires after Saito. Saito was your last one.
Yes, not Nero, who I've been going on regular dates with.
He doesn't know Nero, or that he's a kindred, or that you have other dates.
All right.
We're just helping Grant cope with the current situation. And I swear to God, if he keeps... it'll be better for all of us. Just rip the Band-Aid off, Ava. Take him on the date. If it sucks, you don't have to go again. Just don't tell him it sucks. Just don't.
I can do that, but I think he's only going to buy it for so long. He's not the brightest crayon, but he still is able to figure things out after time.
Well, at least he'll buy us some time and stop asking us to turn him into a fucking kindred.
All right, fine. I just so you know, I think Ollie's pretty ready to turn him.
Why?
Because he's been asking for years now.
Well, I've been asking for $1 million and a good father figure for my entire life. But I can't get what I want. I'm just saying. I think, first off, there's a lot of permissions that have to be asked, and Ollie nor myself can do it, so what, are you going to do it? You want Grant to be a Toreador? You
Not
want
particularly.
his name tied to your legacy?
Oh, that's a good... when you put it that way. That is not who I want to be my child. No,
I didn't think so.
Imagine Grant with awe, all right?
Right? Nobody wants that. So
no, you're right.
I kind of do.
Even
Maybe just for a day, and then that's it.
So just really think through it, because you know what? Some kids want to touch the hot stove, but the parents won't let them. Why? Because it's fucking dangerous, and they don't understand the full depth of the choice of placing their hand on a hot burner.
Yes. But what if there was somebody else? I'm just saying, like, what if, like, one of your gangrel could turn him or something? He would fit in.
Oh, he'd fit in great, but I already told him there was only one way I'd do that. I already know the
Oh,
gangrel
right.
I'd
Okay.
ask.
All right. So it's the whole, like, getting fit thing,
It's
or
not about getting fit. It's that Grant
the
is in no
Ava
state
thing.
to be caught like this for his entire lifetime. If I want another gangrel in Chicago, it's because he's going to be valuable, worth it. And right now, Grant doesn't do anything but flip burgers and flirt with you. He's not a soldier, nor is he prepared to take on a gangrel lifestyle of survival.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Okay. I think I understand the mission here.
We're biding some time till we find a better option for Grant. And right now, he truly thinks you're his best option. So just
All right.
help him out.
I'll do the date.
Plus, he's taking you to a really nice place. He can't even pronounce it.
I have a feeling that somebody else was to play in that decision.
Well,
I don't think that was a Grant decision.
I think you should credit Grant. Credit him. Make him feel like he did the right thing. Just do that thing you do, where you make really stupid men feel special.
Yes, I will. I will do my best with Grant. My best work.
Yeah, do your best work.
Oh.
And while we've been walking, unknowingly maybe to Ava, we've been heading somewhere.
To the club. Not to the club. Where are you taking me, Dakota?
Maybe
The
a
back
few
alley?
blocks out, you realize we're headed towards the ivory tower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, that's a great question. I'm sure
we're
you realize by now. Yeah. Somebody went missing from our protection,
Oh God.
and we need to report it so that we are not guilty.
Ugh. Do we have to? Can't they just find out? Will they even miss her?
It doesn't
Without
matter.
evidence, she simply went missing, but that doesn't mean she's dead.
But the problem is that you know who knows that we were keeping her safe, and we no longer could keep her safe.
I didn't even have the chance to go to Rhonda to tell her that she owes a life boon to Ollie, and now she can't even owe the life boon.
Boons aren't that important, Ava Helloways. Put value where it is needed, which is that we are showing up to report fresh gossip of one of the most powerful Asombre in the city dead. Cash in the right cards, Ava. Let's go talk to Rhonda and make friends.
I guess this is the start of my new lying streak.
Actually, all of this is true. We don't know where she went or who took her.
Yeah.
Just that we
Totally
saved her
not.
and we're keeping her safe. So...
The march to the ivory tower it is.
Ugh.
And we watch as you march, but our camera lingers. The smaller you get, the taller the ivory tower becomes in our vision. And just as we get it all in scope and camera, we hard cut to black. And we'll be back next week with another episode of SOS. And yes, we'll have Emmy back one last time, as she'll be in the meeting with Jackson.
Oh.
And then I die.
Oh,
No!
Oh, you're going to make the
Power.
Jackson meeting this week. Fun.
Yeah, that's it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting us. Maggie, where can people find you if they want more of you?
Well, I'm Margaret Crone in all of the places except for TikTok. I'm Margaret Crone 1337 because someone else took my name. But it's pretty easy to find me. And if you follow me, I will let you know what I'm doing. I do lots of things on the internet. And I also make games and video games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, and you can find it at Ashes of Creation in all of the places.
Fantastic.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming back,
Well, I'm excited
Maggie.
to have you next week. Emmy fits in. This is like the Emmy origin story of how she joined the coterie. Bub, where can people find you if they want more of you?
Twitch.tv/Bub Talks. Just Google Bub Talks. You'll find me in all the places. I am not working on Ashes of Creation, but I do have like 4 or 5 games that I'm in the midst of writing and potentially more projects with Mathis, given that we can align our times just right.
And yeah, we'll talk more about that probably after my tooth has been yanked out of my mouth. Then we'll talk
Figured.
more. What about you, Miss Tracy?
You can find me at twitch.tv/MagicRPG. And that's why I'm in chatting with all of you while we're playing this game. I do lots of tabletop stuff there through the week. So feel free to hang out with us at MagicRPG when you're not watching these lovely folks. We're also streaming in late evenings. So sorry, all you Europeans, because it's we stream at like 9 p.m. Eastern time for me. So I'm like ready to go to bed, and it's like time to play games. So yeah, you can find us there.
Fantastic.
That's me.
And Miss Little Red Dot.
Hi, friends. I'm Dot. I spend all of my days over at Cobalt Press as the marketing director, so come check us out. Check out Tales of the Valiant, our new kind of spin and take on 5th edition SRD. Especially if you don't want to support the Wizards in the Tower. Other than that, you know, I'm over here under Pod by Night most of the time, helping produce. We've got our podcast coming back, and this show just kicked up, so you'll see more of that here soon. But I always forget to talk about this. So I've been doing a lot of writing for tabletop stuff recently, and one of my newest things came out, and you should support it because it's fucking awesome. I wrote on this book, The Winter of Adam, which is the new Fallout campaign from Modifius. It's dope and it's wonderful, and I designed all the settlements and a lot of the world, and It's set in the Commonwealth, and if you love Fallout, please buy it and play it because I'm really proud.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Congratulations on the launch of that. That's
Yeah.
my
That's
name
huge.
is in the front of this really dope book, so check it
That's
out.
awesome.
Who knows? Maybe we'll play it over here one day. But
That'd be
yeah,
fantastic.
there you have it. That's some of the few things that I've been working on.
Awesome. Oh, that's
Only
it
if I can have a doggo.
Yeah, you can have a doggo. In fact, there are in fact rules for having doggos.
You know.
For me, you can find me pretty much if I'm not here, Illuminati. That's pretty much where you can find me everywhere. It's like consumes my life. For me, we've got a live show coming out in less than a month, October 16th, out in LA. If you're in the area, Illuminati Live will be doing their Halloween spooktacular. And there may be another one in LA, maybe a couple months after that. More details after the October live show wraps up. Otherwise, you can just find Illuminati Podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast. And you can find us at Pod by Night anywhere you listen to our podcasts. And you can watch SOS, if not here, over at youtube.com/roll4id. That's it for us. We've got an after show to go do. We love you. We appreciate you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Yeah.